rounds that I intended on using at one point, but couldn't convince my friends to use, even during lockdown, and which I found weird.
I think we lost somebody and they came back.
It was Iridian.
That was me.
Gotcha. All right, guys. So,
It's taking forever to load the last piece of whatever it is, so it's messing with my Discord.
bummer. I think the only way to get rid of that is probably to log out of fucking tabletop and come back in. But we'll see what happens when I change maps out. Nevertheless, ooh. Hey, Myth is here.
Hey!
There we go.
Hey!
Myth, you are muted if you're trying to talk.
I hear him. Oh,
You don't hear shit.
I thought I heard somebody.
Probably heard me.
There we go.
So that crit bumble table, is that what we're doing from now on?
I couldn't hear you, Myth. I'm sorry. Say again, Myth. I just want to make sure Myth's connection's okay.
It's really fine. I got myself muted right now if I'm not talking, and so you don't hear backspeed from me driving.
So, how long till you get to a more solid connection, ETA roughly, so I can plan ahead?
30 minutes,
I'm sorry, how
give or
many?
take traffic. 30 minutes, give or take traffic.
Oh, fantastic. Cool. All right. Well, now we're up to 5. That's good for your guys' survival rate. Fantastic. So, a couple announcements before we get this party started. With some feedback, I increased my voice intake on the stream. I was told I was too low, so I have increased that for those who do watch the stream on the off time as passive sounding, whatever shit. So that's that. So that's cool. I've made some updates to the table. I've added some just generic rule sets. You're more than welcome to take a look. You know, the most common question I get is, how much does this potion heal for? I hear it all the fucking time, and even I myself do not have that shit memorized for some reason, as simple as it may sound. So I put potions on there, I put the exhaustion table on there, a couple of conditions, generic weapons, armor, services, and lifestyle expense sheet. I felt that was to be a little helpful. And a new way that we're gonna do our critical fails. All the way to the right is our list of how we're going to do our critical fumble tables. The deck was a little inconsistent for me. Although some of them were funny and cool, it was very punishing. Even though I interpreted it however and whatnots. But I felt this was a little bit more easier and simpler. And obviously I'm going to flavor them. I'm going to flavor it to... whatever happens in the table. So it may not be exactly what's written, but a flavor similar to what is written there would be the effect. Give me 1 second.
Okay.
All right, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. Had to yell at my kids again. So,
Before we get too far, can someone post the stream link for me so I have a visual?
I don't know if anyone understood what you just said.
He wants someone to post the stream link so he can have the visual.
Oh, yeah. 1 second here. Actually, you can, I'll just post the actual fucking YouTube channel itself. I've also updated my YouTube channel. I've cut out all of my personal stuff on it and have dedicated it to just Tal Rune. So it'll be just this, my D&D DMing.
Where are you posting this at?
Yeah, I'm loading it up for you now. Just a moment.
But where? Oh, never mind. I think I found it.
There you go. That's the main YouTube channel. I posted it in the general chat. You should be able to see the live link, and you'll be able to click on it. Damn, that was fast. Thanks for the subscribe.
You're welcome.
All right, so lastly, only because I'm excited, I feel like I wanted to share. I had my first crossover situation on Tuesday's table. It was really cool. I can't tell you the details of it or what it was, but please explain. Let it be known that it was cool. And a real quick laughing moment. I had a whole dungeon crawl planned out for the Tuesday table, and they skipped over it by burning down the structure that it was located in.
There you go.
So that happened.
Sounds like what happened in my first game with my one of my local DMs. He planned out this whole dungeon, and as we were going down into it, he said part of the steps from our way, you could see down, you could see this huge room beneath you. Well, we all had rope, and we scaled down into the room, and it was the boss chamber.
Wonderful. All right. Unless you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns before we start, we can get this party going.
No, I'm good. Just waiting for that live link to pop up so I can share with all my friends.
The live link should be up. It's in Discord in the general chat. The very next link.
Well, I'm at the okay. There, the channel didn't update to let me know it was live.
And also, last question. And this is not something that I'm going to do for certain because I know guaranteed one person is a very big hard pass on what I'm about to suggest. But if you want to make yourselves a bigger presence on the stream, I don't know how you feel about a Discord camera call during the game. Like I said, it's just an idea. It's not something I plan on doing. I just wanted to see if there was any interest to actually live streaming faces while we play. That's up to you. You don't even have to answer it. Just let it know that it's a rumbling in the back of my skull.
I will go ahead and say after the move and I'm set up in my new place, I may be willing to switch on my camera.
I'm good to do that whenever. Personally, I have no issue.
I didn't understand. Anyone hear what he said?
I have no issue with that. I am good to go with sharing my camera whenever.
Okay, cool. Fantastic. And like I said, it's just an idea, and it might not be implemented for much. Oh, and last but not least, 2 weeks. New campaign, Wednesday. For those who have any interest in another table, feel free to poke me, because I'd like to fill those seats with people that I trust and know first. Because, I think we already have a relationship, so before I start recruiting out. But not next Wednesday, but the following Wednesday we'll probably have my fourth and last table that will be running concurrent with all the other campaigns that are going on. And
I think I could be interested in that.
Okay, cool. Yeah. Just poke me up and let me know. Okay. Last thing. I know Thalia was talking about it earlier, but if you have not put your bios in your character sheets for the love of everything that is holy, please put your bios in your backgrounds in your bios, please, because it really helps me with not having to track down elements of your backstory for when I write. It would help me out a lot. Okay, and
hold on for a second. My Discord's messing up. I'll be right back. I'm closing out and restarting it.
Okay. All right.
Crit fumbles are going to be brutal as hell.
Say again.
A couple of those critical fumbles are going to be brutal as hell.
Since we're waiting for Kane anyway, but on Tuesday, dude, everyone was rolling crit ones all night, man. I ran this table. This table came in handy like 6 or 7 times already. Like, it was bad. They had such horrible rolls. I'm surprised they survived.
I have to ask, how does a weapon fly 35 feet away just from being disarmed? It's a heck of a...
It bounced off of something that you
having been disarmed in real life, physics, it's kind of
35 feet though. 35 feet is all.
Not really.
Far.
I mean,
it's not as much as you might think, especially when you're putting so much power behind it.
Like 35 feet is like from me to my kid's room. Like, it's not that far.
Well, I don't have any point of reference for how far your kid's room is from you.
Yeah, that's fair. Just think.
But I mean, like, I'm thinking like if.
Think of 15 large steps.
Okay.
All right, dudes.
Did you ever play baseball?
I suppose.
It's about a high school baseball diamond. 15 feet would be somewhere around a third to halfway to first base from home plate.
Yeah, that's 15 feet, not 35 feet.
Yeah, but you could use that as a scale of references, I think he's saying.
Ah, okay.
Nevertheless, dudes, I need to get this party started here. So, last we left off, we started on the edge of that river that was raging and practically freezing temps. There was, as you made camp there, the small little miniature cave entrance, we can call it, that featured a nice little nest of sturges. Bum rushed Invender to his death. As a result of that fight, we came across a new face. A dragonborn who had a prowess for lightning, made himself available and at your party's disposal, and became quickly a member of said party. After traveling through and spending some time together and camping out and seeing a variety of different things throughout the course of that camp out, from white creatures, large lizard-like flying creatures in the middle of the moonlight, to drum sounds on the mountain, to little torchlight speckled all over the mountainside. A big, loud roar, followed by immediate snowing conditions. Not really heavy where you guys are, kind of a light little smattering of snow, and it still is persistent at this point. There was an incident where everyone sporadically throughout the morning of how do I say this? The morning of how, you know, your normal rituals and morning routines, over the course of that kind of morning rituals, there seemed to have been interest in what was in Asher's bag. A small vial featuring a little bit of a bone, a twisted parchment floating in a viscous fluid. It seemed to have pulled people's interest sporadically throughout that morning, which led to a little bit of a civil scuffle. And everyone sort of wanted it for themselves, and they got a little physical, which led into the most fumbliest of fumbles, which shattered the vial on the ground, resulting in a miniature explosion that pushed some people back 5 feet onto their ass. Big white flash and a loud kaboom, and what sounds like screams erupted, followed by swirling fog or a mist-like apparition with an open mouth screaming and twisting about, and eventually dissipating in a flash into the air. Into the air. And that's where we had left off last week. Starting this week, after being blasted, some of you to the ground, some of you covering your eyes in shock of what just happened, the most immediate thing that can be clearly seen is a hole in the ground, about 4 inches in diameter, or 4 inches wide, rather. And slowly this black, tar-like, viscous fluid slowly oozes out of this wound from the ground.
Man, I really wish I had Turn Undead.
Question.
Yes, what's up?
Since I was one of the ones that was knocked on his ass, and can I see this?
It's pretty clear. I mean, this little vial basically blew up. This little vial basically blew up. I mean, it's in everyone's, and even the sound of the kaboom is still echoing through the canyons and the valleys. So this is all happening at the same time. So as you hear boom, 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 you start to see this, like, I'm not gonna call it slime. It's literally has like the consistency of tar. And the coloration of tar with maybe a dark green kind of tint to it, and it kind of bubbles up as if you struck oil in a way out of this hole that's about 4 inches in like width.
Can I shoot it with a fire?
You could absolutely shoot it with fire. As you cock a firebolt and slam into it, the firebolt psst, and it begins to kind of sizzle on the surface of this tar-like thing. Once it comes out of the ground a little bit and kind of starts to spread maybe 2 or 3 inches away from the hole, it doesn't seem to continue to spread. It just kind of stays at that location.
Aang grabs a stick and pokes it.
Sure thing. You grab a stick almost immediately. You begin to poke this viscous tar-like substance, and it sticks, very similar to that of tar. It has an odor to it.
What is it?
The odor itself, it almost smells like burnt mildew.
I'm gonna attempt to cast Sacred Flame at it.
Absolutely. It will obviously fail its saving throw on that. As your Sacred Flame slams into this, once again, very similar effect to that of the Firebolt, as it sizzles, and it does seem to flake off pieces, just like your Firebolt, Cal, or Iridian. It does flake off sections of this, but, you know, it's still there. It's not coming out more, it's not sinking in, it's just there. Almost like a cow pie. But as all this is going on, the echoing sound of the explosion also begins to fade. As once again, these canyons are vast and wide. These canyons are vast and wide. And then you begin to hear... Everyone roll me a perception check, please.
I had to re-roll roll 20. Can you roll it for me?
Yes. Let me get your character sheet. Just a moment.
I'll also need you to roll for me as well.
No one's showing up in the elevated threat. Oh, okay, never mind.
I'm sorry, what did you say?
I had an issue and I clicked on the wrong tab, and the issue fixed itself pretty much.
Where the hell is Myth's fucking character sheet?
Gotta say, Fate, starting off the night with a nat 1 is not a good start.
Ah, shit. For some reason, Inventor's character is still here, but not Myth. I don't know what made it redo itself, but give me 1 second. I do apologize for this 60-second delay here. Let me pull the proper thing out here.
Giving me exact times makes me want to time you.
I'm cool with it.
Just kidding.
And then your character dies.
I might actually...
Seemingly natural
Wow.
causes.
Frog.
So, check this out. I rolled for Myth. He got a 20. I rolled for Iridian. He got a crit.
Nice.
So
what you're saying is that when the DM rolls, he rigs it.
no.
Frog, if you want to roll for me the entire night, I'll be fine with that.
Hell no. What's the fun in that? So, okay, you hear that rumbling sound, and you actually feel the ground have a sense of tremble to it. In particular, Iridian and Myth. As you kind of it seems like Reen, Thalia, and Kane are really interested into this little tar thingy on the ground situation. But as you look up just over their shoulders, like they're facing you, and the two that actually pass their perception check are actually looking in the direction that the event is about to happen. As those two look up, just past Thalia's shoulder and Reen's shoulders, you start to see this giant white cloud start to slide down the mountainside.
Oh shit.
It's not on you're on the mountainside, but this is the range kind of in the distance. It would be equilateral to where you saw the vast amount of smoke where you guys are suspecting the orcs and whatnot to be. It seems to be going in that general direction.
So, just to clarify, we're not directly down slope of
You're
this.
not directly in its line, although it's pretty close. I mean, it's literally just started, and it's a pretty big mountain range, so whether or not it's going to turn, whether or not it's going to have effects on you, you are unaware at this time, but it seems to be going.
I don't even see it, so.
Yeah, I don't see it either. I have out of character thoughts, but
Myth is just going to kind of go, oh shit. And it's kind of as his head pans up, looking at, just yells, "Oh shit!" Kind of gesturing towards everyone else.
Aim will turn to see what Mithrax claimed "oh shit" at.
You turn around over your shoulder and you see exactly what I just described. This hulking large mass of white cloud just seems to be like sledding down the mountainside.
Oh shit!
Well,
It's
that's
an
cool.
avalanche.
I'm going to go to the cliffside where we have the fire lit and just kind of stay close to that.
Correct. You can absolutely do that. Is there any actions or things you plan on doing while this is happening, or you're just watching the show?
Perception to see if there's another one that's coming our way.
You crit, so I'll let that one slide as you're very well aware of the event that's happening. As you look around, you don't seem to see a follow-up.
There's a chance anybody might know that somebody's up on the mountain now.
As you five stand there, watching this event happen, you begin to hear, in the faint distance, the sounds of hollering, yelling, and panic. Very, very faint in the air, but it's absolutely hearable from your distance.
Well,
We can't hear what language it's in, can we?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, you can. It is in Orcish.
Gotcha. I don't understand a word.
The sounds of panic slowly fizzle out and die out as this hulking mass of white powder slides down the mountainside, ripping up trees, shooting debris up, and it begins to kind of haze that entire area. The billowing, smoky masses that seem to be coming from that angle get scattered about and pushed as the wind just like you just blew out a match. The wind just picks all that smoke up, and then the billowing smoke slowly seems to dim and fade.
well, that's one way to deal with an army. Kane says, just in disbelief of what just happened.
So, since there's orcs that way, should we go finish them off?
I was just about to suggest we go over there and take care of the rest of our thing, or even alive.
I totally forgot what myth sounds like, and now that I'm reminded, I love it.
Thalia
cautious.
is still kind of she's still kind of sitting there just in disbelief that she kind of was tempted by whatever dark substance happened with the vial.
You sit there, and as you ponder, the air begins to kind of fill with much more snow, and it actually collects on your shoulders as you sit there and think, as this avalanche seemed to have pushed up all this loose powdered snow, creating like an artificial snowing session. Wildlife can be seen removing themselves from that area. Birds flying overhead, a couple of game, goats, deer. Roll me a perception check again for those that are familiar with the concept of game animals. Yep, you just see game animals and varieties. One of them with an orange type of fur, very low to the ground, hauling ass away. All right, team, what is the plan?
If we're gonna go investigate the orc camp, we need to take every caution that we can.
What precaution is that?
Well, for one, we're going. I would suggest we send your bird to fly over and see the state of the orc camp. They might not. They might not be aware of us, but they're going to be on high alert for anything.
Maybe it was a natural disaster. I go ahead and I send my owl flying in that direction to go and do circles.
Absolutely. Does your owl even have a name?
Owl.
As owl flies up into the sky, after about 100 feet, it breaks your visibility, but it itself retains, and it would come back and say something along the lines of a scattering of humanoids. I don't know if your owl understands the concept of race, so I'm just going to say humanoids. On top of that, they seem to be scattering in multiple directions. Some of them half buried. Some of them bodies are still. Flags and tents pushed over. It seems to be disarray. Turkish.
Wait, did the bird have to fly?
I'm sorry, say again?
How far away did the bird have to fly?
Good question. Let's say just shy of a mile.
Okay. So I'll wait till it comes back, and then I will tell everybody that it looks like some of them have gotten up and are fleeing into the woods. Others are still trapped, and others look dead. If we're going to go, we should probably go now and kill what we can.
All right. I suggest caution. Just draw your weapons. Be prepared, because I'm not sure what state we're going to find them in. And you also have to remember, they were fighting, they seem to be at war with the lizard folk in the mountain. The lizard folk might have jumped on this chance to come and, well, finish them.
Absolutely. So it looks like you're making your way to that general direction. The travel there is going to be rough and difficult as you are walking on the side of a mountain. It's a constant incline in this location. Think of it as maybe like a 30% or 30 degree kind of what do you call that? A grade. So as you walk, your ankles are bending to the contours of the mountainside as you walk on that dreary thing. Everyone, give me some dexterity saving throws. Your Discord sucks, Dirkish. I gotta roll myths, right? Anyone there? Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, we hear you.
And Myth rolled a 10 for his dex save. As you guys are making this trek in that general direction, with Iridian leading the way, him with a bum arm and a walking stick with an owl on his shoulder, loses his footing. Reen jumps to the occasion and grabs him by the shoulder, kind of almost force noosing his cloak or whatever is holding his shirt together, and kind of gets choked a little bit as Reen basically holds him up and pulls him back. A little bit further down, another 30 minutes into your walk, Thalia, your foot kind of goes a little numb for a minute from the cold, as the air temperature is starting to get kind of cold, and it forces you to slip a little bit, but you regain your footing. However, Myth completely trips and falls on his face and begins to roll down the mountainside.
Can I try and catch him?
If you wish to give me a sleight of hand, you would be in his general area.
Okay. Oh, come on!
Yes.
Yeah.
Because he was in front of you, so as he tripped and started to fall, you grab him by one of his toes, basically, like right as where his foot is, and you hold him, and he kind of grinds and slides as gravity makes him parallel to the mountainside. But Myth, are you there?
I'm here. Sorry, I'm just listening.
Gotcha. Well, I don't want to control your character for you, so Kane just grabbed you by your toe.
Right. I guess. Oh, son of a bitch! As he kind of gets caught by the buddy here, he just kind of goes and just goes, "Pull me up! Pull me up!"
Pull him
He
up.
just tries. I say pull up because you said it was sliding down the mountainside, right?
Yeah, it's like a 30-degree incline, like a 30-degree grade.
Okay. Oh yeah. So yeah, no, I guess like as he kind of gets stopped, he kind of like puts his hands in front of him into like the snow a little bit, trying to like stand himself back up.
And you do so. As you continue your way, the terrain clearly is growing a little bit more frigid. You're kind of in the avalanche's wake at this point, at least parts of it. The terrain having been kind of sliced open. Revealing kind of some slight smatterings of different vegetation, which draws kind of interest. I put the picture up on the table for those who are interested to see kind of what it's looking like here. Black little spine-like wooden features. Not nearly as condensed as the picture shows, but similar in nature, and not nearly as tall. I'd say tallest one would be up to your knee. It also begins to level out as you continue to walk past these wooden features. Anyone wish to just walk by it, or are we doing anything?
Kane will inspect it.
Absolutely. Kane, go ahead.
Not touch it, just kind of give it. He's just inspecting it, and anything black and spiky. Kane's like, don't want to touch that just yet.
Absolutely. You get closer to it, and it glistens in the sunlight as there is hardly any clouds in the sky at this moment. Beautiful blue skies, and the sunlight kind of shimmers off of these spine-like growths. These spine-like growths, as they shimmer, you realize that its outer coating seems to be semi-tar-like in nature.
Does this sound familiar to me at all?
Without knowing your backstory, I have no idea.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, is it? Well, how about this? Let me spend a divine sense. Does it smell evil at all?
That is a great question. 1 second here. So, I'm just trying to remember the name. Just give me 1 second. Oh yeah, this seems to have some inherent evil type of vibe. I'm not gonna say that, like, it's not a creature, right? But it
Yeah.
has an aura about it.
I kind of cover my nose with the back of my hand and warn that this stuff is evil in some way, and just continue to hold my breath, trying to keep that smell out of my nostrils.
Absolutely, and like before, it smells like burnt mildew at its current gesture. It might be a little bit more potent for you with your divine sense, and let's add a tinge of sulfur to it.
Divine sense, evil things smell. Well, let me ping it in chat here just to make sure. It smells like a noxious odor.
Perfect. It smells like a putrid sulfur. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Cane size. He is gonna preemptively take his potency potion.
Okay. And what is it going to do for us today?
It's gonna increase his strength by 3 and give him disadvantage on dexterity saving throws.
Oh, perfect. I love it. Disadvantage on dex saves. I'm digging it, brother. All right. Anyone else gonna contribute, or are you guys chilling? Haven't heard from Fate yet.
We're chilling.
What's Reen all about at this moment?
Well, he was looking at the black loot. It didn't really affect him, so he's just kind of like, "It's a big deal here. Let's go get the job done and get paid."
Iridian, if you're talking, we can't hear you. Iridian, you there?
Testing.
You sound choppy and garbled.
Yeah.
1 moment.
I mean, I know Iridian wants to say something in the situation. That's why I'm pausing for a moment.
Yeah, I saw the skill check in the chat.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, so Iridian is going to move forward, and using the end of his staff, he's going to kind of poke at it a little bit, and he's going to try to study it from an arcane sense. See if he can figure out what it is.
As you poke it with your stick, it kind of globulates on the tip of your stick, as if you poked a thing of tar. Although it doesn't seem to you to be any kind of magical in nature, it looks like this seems to be a product of the world. It seems to be a product of biology.
It's natural,
Yes.
in other words. Okay. Well, whatever this stuff is, it's of the natural world. It's not magical.
Naturally occurring evil.
Apparently.
Hmm.
Anybody have a vial?
Yeah, I got a spare.
Perfect. Can I see it?
I hand Iridian a glass vial.
I'm going to try to get some of it into a glass vial.
Okay. I need you to explain to me in detail how you do it.
Well, to start off, I'm going to, because we still have some of the snow and stuff around, right?
I mean, yeah, the avalanche really scarred this area as it ripped through. You know, it took a lot of rock with it.
Is there enough snow in any places to hold up a vial?
Oh yeah. You'll be able to make like a snowball and shit. Yeah, absolutely, 100%.
Perfect. I'm going to go ahead and do that so that I've got a good grip so that I don't have to do it with my hand. And then I'm going to use the end of my staff to get a big glob of it and put it into the vial, and then I'm going to stopper it.
And what are you using to scoop it up with again? I'm sorry.
The end of my staff.
Okay. You're able to kind of, I'm not going to say it's a flawless experience using the end of a staff stick to go into a little vial, but you're able to scrape some of this residue in there, and as you push the stopper on top, it kind of smears it a little bit on the side.
Fine. And then I'll use snow to wipe off the vial so there's none of the stuff on it.
Absolutely. And you do so.
Cool. Thank you.
Feel free to add that to your inventory.
Vial of goo.
I would probably call it. Let's just call it vial
Evil
of.
goo.
Let's just say tar. Yeah. Let's just call it tar for now.
Evil tar. All right.
Okay. What's next on the agenda, team? Are we continuing forward?
Oh yeah.
Please, let's get away from this terrible, terrible spot.
I wonder if this is what's the reason why like orcs are around here. Hideous creatures.
How long does your divine sense last for, Thalia?
I don't know.
Opening detect
Until
sense.
next turn, but I think I'm gonna roleplay it because, like it's still like in her nose, and she just can't really get rid of the,
Nope, that's fine. There was a reason
like
why I
like
asked you.
skunk smell.
Gotcha. 30 more minutes as you continue to push through, and once again, this mountainside scarred with this recent catastrophe. The walls. So the mountain turns into kind of a valley situation, right? So you know what? It'll probably be better if I just fucking draw you the picture on the map here. Hold on. All right, I'm going to draw on the map to kind of illustrate the vision I'm trying to portray here, guys. So you're on a mountain, and this is going to be a bird's eye view, right? So let's say this represents the path that you're on. So you guys are heading in this general direction. Fucking mountain, and these walls between the mountains get narrower, kind of creating a pass, but these walls go vertical, essentially. But you're not there. You're not here yet. You're still, a couple of, let's just say 2,000 feet away yet. Which is the reason why I'm going to have, Kane, you would be the most, and actually Reen as well. Give me perception checks on both of those.
Okay.
So both of you guys, you both in the snow. It's clear as day, and everyone else would generally see it as well. But you guys, in particular, are like, oh shit, fresh tracks, and they seem to be heading in this kind of direction that I illustrated. It also appears with the 21, Reen, I'm going to say that you could also recognize it seems to be like they're dragging something.
Looks like they're moving a body, perhaps. Guys, want to keep going?
How big is the drag marks?
Imagine if you were dragging a sleeping bag
Okay.
with backpacks in it.
Okay.
If I'm to
I feel
tread.
like we're gonna be. I feel like we're gonna be super exposed if we go down this way.
How many tracks are there? Like, can I get a good idea about how many?
I mean, with the 19, I can't deny you that there seems to be, and they're kind of jumbled and together. You know, it seems to be post avalanche, based on how the footprints are in there. They seem to be fairly fresh, but with the quantity of prints on the it's hard to discern your best guess. I'll tell you what. Why don't you roll me a d6, and we'll see what your best guess is. Looks like at least 6.
And these are orc tracks, correct?
They seem to be humanoid, booted. You don't see toes.
Okay. We should probably follow.
I don't like it.
I don't like it either. I don't like this whole situation, but it's the situation we're in. If if these are survivors, they're heading that way. And he points the way that they're going, and they might be grouping back up. If we want to try and end this, we got to pick them up before the group is able to get back together.
I sigh and nod.
One point of reference as well that I should also mention, once again, only because your perceptions were that good. Although humanoid, there also seems to be smaller humanoid prints as well as larger humanoid prints. It's difficult to see if they were together or not. I'm just letting you know that this seems to be a traffic area.
We'll proceed with caution. And just be ready for what comes. Wait, Iridian, why don't you send your bird off to see what it can see?
I can do that. I send my bird in the direction of it and tell it to scout out for any other humanoids and then come back to me.
Sure, give me a perception check on the owl.
Okay,
I really hate familiars.
I love them. Okay, so it gets
He loves them
advantage.
so much he gives them unique names like Owl.
I know, right? 19.
With a 19, your owl scoops in, going beyond your 100-foot eyesight. As it flies through the canyons, the winds begin to pick up as the mountains are closer here, and the sheer winds push up a little bit more violently than where you guys are standing currently. So the bird itself does tend to struggle to kind of keep straight. Roll me a dexterity saving throw for the owl, buddy.
Okay. Whoops. Wrong button.
I'm about to say. So you have a choice to make, and here's your choice. Because it's your familiar, and does your telepathic link have the 100-foot range as well, or is it continuous? Uh-oh, did we lose him?
His telepathic link should, if I remember correctly from it, it should lose the link after the 100 feet.
Iridian, can you hear me, buddy?
While your familiar is within 100 feet of you, you can communicate with it telepathically. Additionally, as an action, you can see through your familiar's eyes and hear what it hears until the start of your next turn, gaining the benefits of any special senses that familiar has. During this time, you are blind and deaf in regard to your own senses.
So the eyesight only lasts for a turn? Is that what you just said?
Apparently. Until the start of your next turn.
Huh.
So
Yep.
a whole round, not your turn.
Interesting. I get it. So you get.
But I can
Go ahead.
keep on doing it from what I understand, though, can't I? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can keep doing it out of combat. Like,
So the telepathic
yeah.
link doesn't. Okay, so essentially it's on its own as long as it's beyond 100 feet. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, dexterity saving throw. I tell you what, we're going to let the dice dictate your owl's ability to be smart or not. You ready? Because the wind shears are so violent above the rocky kind of sheer cliffs, your owl's going to have the choice for its own safety, to either dive down into this trench run, let's call it, or it could turn back. So let's roll a dice. Let's go 50-50. Roll a D100, or roll I'll tell you what, roll just any die. If it's an even number, I'll let you choose. Does it come home on an even, or does it go into the trench with an even number?
Comes home on an even.
Okay. A D1000? Really? Your bird turns around, indicating when it gets back telepathically to you that it did see foot traffic. Unfortunately, the wind was a bit rough, and it's difficult to navigate safely.
Okay.
All right, team. What's the plan?
Do we want to keep moving forward?
Just be on our guard.
Right.
Absolutely. I assume you guys unsheath your weapons as you head your way into this trench-like area.
Yes.
I'm not going to unsheath, but I'm going to keep my hand on the pommel of my sword.
Absolutely.
Just like ready to go.
All right. You guys push in. Myth, are you still with us? I want to make sure I'm not controlling you inadvertently, unless you have any ideas you want to contribute or anything.
Yeah, I'm still here. I just got parked. I'm getting ready to set up my computer. You're good.
No worries. So you going with the party?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. All right. You guys take a bent knee stance as you walk through this. As you get closer to this trench-like mountain pass situation, the wind begins to pick up. You could see the snow that's loose getting blown over this trench. It doesn't seem to go inside the trench, almost like creating a wind tunnel on the outside of your location. As everything just kind of blasts past you, above you. The sheer cliff sides, or these walls, they're about 40 to 60 feet in areas, kind of sheer cliffed up. These rocks seem to be snow covered. I'm not going to call it icy, but there would absolutely be some condensation that would freeze in certain locations, creating possible black ice-like scenarios if the walls were to be scaled. It's easily seen, so I'm just going to give you that little bit of detail there. The walls start to narrow, where it's about 30 to 40 feet across. Everyone give me a perception check, please.
I see rocks.
Fate and the Owl.
Thank you.
Fate and the Owl. In particular, Fate, because Owl's a fucking owl. You know what I mean? It's not nearly as intelligent as Fate is. So, Fate, you can hear murmuring and rumbling coming from deeper in the trench as you go. It kind of goes into like a little bit of a downhill scenario, and then you see like a possible like a fork in the road, so to speak, but you could hear the echoings of orcish sounds coming from deeper in the trench.
Nice. So, because I'm head of everyone in the group, I stop, I hold my arm, I turn around, I whisper, "Orcs," and then we inch our way forward even more.
Did we roll stealth?
No.
Actually, let me rephrase. Ask Rain. Should we try and sneak up on them?
I can't see him, only hear him.
Okay. You're leading the way, so we'll follow you.
All right. As Reen continues to inch forward with everyone else in tow, the downhill gets slightly steeper, but then levels off as the base of it, as this ground here does have some snow on it. Not fully like up to your knee or anything, but enough to hear as you're walking through the snow. The noises of these orcs seem to come closer. Anyone here speak Orcish?
Guess not.
That is a no.
All right. I think Reen does, but he doesn't exist at the moment. Or not Reen, excuse me. The fucking Asher. But he doesn't exist at the moment because he's not here.
He's having fun with the demon baby.
He's with the demon baby, 100%. All right, cool. So, you know what? Let's just do it this way. 1 second. Okay. I love you guys. Good night. You make your way, and you kind of are hugging the side of the wall. And in particular, you, Reen. You seem to be a little bit more ginger on your feet. And you kind of peek at this fork in the road. And you see kind of a grouping of greenskins. And they seem to be bickering amongst each other. You don't know what they're arguing about, but it looks as if they are not very happy with dragging this dwarf around, as you see them kind of pushing him back and forth, and he stumbles to the ground, bound and gagged.
So I'm gonna turn on the pirate spirit. Greenskins, they got a dwarf prisoner. How many greenskins do I see?
You easily see what looks to be like at least 4 to 5 orc, maybe 3 to 4 goblin. I mean, you're kind of peeking. You're not leaving your head out there because otherwise they would see you. But a good handful.
What does the dwarf look like? Kane whispers to Rain.
Let me take a quick peek. What? What do I see?
He looks like this. If you pay attention to the board.
This looks like a dwarf adventurer. White, gray hair, beard.
Well, I think we should rescue him.
All right, how do we engage this?
Why doesn't everyone roll me a stealth for the moment here? Let's get that squared away first.
Woof. That's a nat fail.
Wow.
We ain't being quiet.
Okay. So this is what happens, guys. As Reen is kind of, because I envision Reen as kind of his back is to the cliff wall, and he's kind of like peeking over, but his left hand is like on the edge of where the fork in the road is, and like he's leaning on his arm to prevent him from overstepping, but because of that slightly frozen condensation, his hand slips and stumbles kind of in plain view of the grumbling orcs and goblins. And that's where we're going to load up some initiative, guys.
All right.
Fate, how does your stealth roll have the heavy armor tag onto it?
I don't know. Just hit the button.
Is this your fighter or your rogue?
A fighter.
Fighter.
Because I have the... Does the chain shirt not offer...
I believe the chain shirt's considered a heavy armor. Let me double check. Actually,
No, the chain shirt's considered medium armor. Chainmail is considered heavy armor.
that's what he has. It's
Oh.
chainmail.
Well, yeah.
Yep, disadvantage on stealth. All heavy armor is.
Yeah, that's what I thought, but... I was wondering, because mine doesn't have the heavy...
So you
heavy
guys,
armor.
and I'm going to draw a circle on the ground here just to kind of, I will let you guys load your character models somewhere in that circle area as your starting point while I get my characters set up for some initiative, guys. Just give me a moment.
Can you put an orc on the map so we know what angle we would peek?
They would be to your left if you're looking at the fork. At least the ones that you disturbed.
So I'm going to here. And everyone's got to be to my behind me.
Yeah.
Wrong side, Dirk.
Yeah, there we go.
Almost there, dudes and dudettes. I was so enveloped into the story, I forgot to activate these guys' initiatives.
How dare you?
I know, sorry. And with
You
my
will.
loading up my new battle music, hopefully this fucking player plays it. Yes. All right. Getting ready to roll initiative in 3, 2, 1. Thalia has not set your
I
initiative.
thought I did. I swear to God,
It's okay.
I fucking did.
I could fix it. It's not a problem.
What the shit? Ain't no fucking way.
Go ahead and change that 100 one more time, and I'll reset. No.
What do I change it to? I thought I just had to activate initiative include.
No, change the number 100 to whatever your initiative roll was in roll 20. So change it to 14.
Okay. Should be good now.
All right.
Damn it.
Oh, who's that? Who just joined?
All right.
Mithrax.
I got my PC up and running. I was switching Discord over, and everything just went to shit on my end. I heard that we were going into combat.
Sure.
And then
I will give you. I'll give you a
everything
minute to
died.
load up. Go ahead, because you're going to be needed in this combat.
Okay. Yeah, no, it's everything just freaking took a crap right as I switched over on Discord. Give me a second. I'm having to relaunch everything.
That's right. We can give you a
Just-
quick minute.
Just had a terrifying sight of, from our perspective, a little farther back, you can just see Frog peeking over the wall here.
Waiting to see you guys die.
Yeah.
Okay, minimize that. All right. Tabletop, please do not freak out this time.
How do you guys like the new battle music?
Witcher 3 is a good
I'm
soundtrack.
familiar from it, yeah.
Ah!
Wow.
Okay,
that's
okay,
a-
so are all the ones that fell over dead?
Yes. Absolutely.
Oh God, oh man.
We're missing Myth still. How much more time do you need, Myth?
I don't know. I'm working on tabletop currently. It opened and crashed. It's reopening now. Okay, 1 second here. I don't know why tabletop just keeps crashing once I open it. Give me a sec here. I'm gonna try again. Start games.
Fucking, I could just think of Fate's character just slipping like, oh, oops.
I don't know. I just kind of think our in my mind our stealth rolls were so low. It's just that we thought we were whispering, but we were probably louder, and they're just kind of staring at us. Then he slips.
Oh shit.
Okay, we might.
All right. So in the meantime, Myth, can you still see the stream?
I can see the stream, but I'll be like 5 or 10 seconds behind you in lag time.
Well, just and that's fine. Why don't you roll an initiative, and then I could autopilot you, and you could at least hear the combat, and we'll try that. I just don't want to hold everyone else up.
I can't roll initiative on my phone.
With your permission, would you allow me to roll your initiative for you?
Yeah. Oh yeah, by all means.
You got a 13, so let me fix that real quick. All right, let's refresh the initiative count. All right, there you are, guys. So, Myth, you're going to be in the back here because that's where I envision you being as a lightning thrower. All right. Lowering the music a little bit, and combat has ensued. Here we go, starting with the orc who called you out. Myth, we can hear my stream in the background. Can you... Thank you, sir. The orc who actually saw Reen kind of pop out and stumble looks at you in an orcish, alerting his neighbors. He goes for his hip, where there seems to be a goat horn attached to his hip. Iridian, you're up.
Let's see here. Stepping out, I'm going to go ahead and shoot at number 4.
Okay.
Does a 10 hit?
With a 10, the firebolt flies just past it, over the goblin number 1's head, and smacks into the wall, thawing out some of the snow particulates there as they drip.
That's my turn.
All right, orc number 5, as if he's making some sort of command, will charge. He pulls off his back a big, great axe. Oh yeah, he's definitely going to be able to reach you. Flies right up and swings at Reen. With a 21 to hit, first roll of the night. Slams you right on your shoulder. Your armor takes the brunt of that hit, but you still take 6 points of slashing damage across your armor. Orc number 1 will follow up and pull off his back tucking behind this stump just slightly, a javelin, and hurls it towards Kane. Kane, I'm going to give you partial cover. I'm going to give you a +2 to your AC.
Sweet.
With an 8, as the javelin slams and ricochets off the wall and lands on the ground on the opposite side of the canyon that you're standing on. That brings us to Thalia.
Thalia is going to move up to here. And we're gonna make an attack with our longsword two-handed.
Make it happen. Heyo!
There we go. And
Good job.
we're gonna throw a... Are we gonna throw a... Yeah, why not?
Do it. Smite him.
Hey guys.
As I reel my sword back, it's gonna start shimmering with silver energy.
Oh, he's gonna do
as
it!
I bring it in, and we are going to smite this guy.
Oh, dude, smite the shit out of it. Go ahead.
It's Paladin Smite.
Wait, hold on. I screwed it up.
That's okay.
I'm trying to load.
There we
into
go.
everything, guys.
Wait. Why is it 8 + 9? I don't understand.
Asher, if you can get in here between now and the last person to go, we're still in round 1 of combat. I could put your initiative at the bottom, and you can join this combat.
Okay.
The
I'm trying
9
to get
is your extra crit dice, because when you crit, you roll double dice damage.
Ah,
Yep, so
So-
roll more radiant damage then.
Yeah, you get 2 more radiant. 2 more D8s.
Amazing. Oh, dude. Okay.
so it's, yeah.
This is by far a one-shot hit. Thalia, I want you to please tell me how you kill this thing.
So I come running up and immediately just cleave this orc from shoulder all the way to their hip, diagonally across their body.
Oof.
And the body's gonna start igniting with white flames.
The air temperature is cold enough that these white flames, as it cooks holy fire into this creature, you could see the steam of its evaporating liquids on the inside of him sizzle off. Falls to the ground dead, smoldering. You know what? I'm rolling a couple wisdom saving throws. Give me 1 second here.
I'm trying to get.
No,
tabletop
don't
to
do
load
that
in for
because
me.
there's a special smite spell that causes fear, and I didn't cast that.
I mean,
If that's what you're doing.
these creatures are inherently not the most intelligent people in the world. And
Okay.
I kind of roll in the world of logic. I'm sorry, but if I saw my buddy get cut in half in one cleave with holy stuff, I think I would make myself a personal wisdom saving throw.
Okay, all right.
So let me
To
just
be
see.
darkened.
It's more of a fight or flight response.
Understood. Okay.
Okay.
Whatever.
And I'm not going to tell you what happened, but okay. And that's going to be for... Okay. Okay, cool.
And I'm all done.
Absolutely. Myth, you're up.
Yep, give me a sec. I'll just take a shot at the closest orc to me. I don't know which one it is right now as I'm working on getting tabletop open.
Sure, I assume you want to move out of the way so you can actually see?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, my tabletop's-
Movement is 35.
Yep, gotcha. And what are you going to do?
All
You
right.
said the nearest what?
The nearest orc, or I'm going to take a shot at with the lightning cannon.
The nearest greenskin is a goblin, unless you want to
Okay.
specifically target orcs in general.
I'll pop a goblin.
Okay, pop the goblin.
That's not popping a goblin. That's an 8.
You fire, and right about where the firebolt collided with the wall, so did your lightning. And it kind of, like a miniature force grenade, kind of erupts some pebbles off the wall, and it's kind of sprinkles inside this canyon. Would that be your turn?
Yep, that'll be my turn.
All right, Reen, you're up.
Going right in front of the goblin. Goblin tail.
Okay.
Longsword.
And that
I'm
it's a
trying to
hit. I know you're trying to get in, buddy. I got you.
9 damn.
I can't get tabletop to work.
9 damage. How do you kill this goblin?
I cut off his leg, his left leg. I just cut it right off, dude. And I kick him to the side. And he bleeds out.
Absolutely. It squelches in pain. And he falls to the ground. Would that be your turn?
Gonna move 2 more to right here. God damn it.
Just hold right click down and
I'll go right there. That's fine.
that's fine. All right. That takes us to goblin number 3, who is right next to you, who also did see that orc get fucking cleaved in half. He is going to jump behind this log, pulling out a longbow, or a short bow rather, with disadvantage, and is going to shoot at you. Actually, it's going to shoot at Thalia because, yeah, fuck Thalia right now.
Okay.
With an disadvantage. That's a 9. Does not hit. In fact, it lands. It makes contact with you, but your armor shreds the arrow.
I just stare directly at it,
Absolutely.
as if like just with my eyes saying you're next.
Goblin number 4 is up, who will join his buddy behind the log on a short bow and fire also at Thalia because, once again, fuck Thalia. That is a nat 20 as the arrow slides into your armor on your chest. The arrowhead sinks into your flesh about an inch for 10 piercing damage. You guys heard my announcement last week where we roll nat 20s now. My creatures crit now. It was an announcement I made last week.
Yes.
All right, good. Okay. That takes us to... Actually, you know, with the rest of these goblins' movement, they're actually going to duck behind the log, trying to get as much full cover as possible. Because they can. Orc number 6 is next, and he is back here, who also has a horn on his hip. He will move closer to the wall, put the horn to his lips, and honk it. As the sound echoes through this canyon. Goblin number 1 is next, and he is over here, and he is moving away.
I can't get tabletop to load, or it's being stupid, but I've got Roll20 working.
Okay, you can probably hop on my stream if you wish to see at least what's going on.
Yeah, I'm in the same boat. If I open tabletop, everything just crashes on my end.
Well, I've been stuck at 94% on tabletop.
You want to try restarting your computer?
I've already tried. I was having hell trying to get connected. I tried restarting a minute ago.
All right, well, we'll make it work. Unless somebody like Fate, you want to stream in Discord so he doesn't see a delay.
It's in right now.
Yeah, he's at 98%.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, is it working, or do you need to stream?
I would say just stream just in case. You know, they have a default just in case. Because on my stream, it'll be delayed by like a minute or two.
I was late today, guys.
All right, guy. Let me go back into this combat. Then we have Goblin number 1, who moved back about 10 to 15, maybe even 20 feet. Cocks back a short bow towards Reen. With a 5 doesn't cut it. It lands just at your feet, Reen. That was Goblin number 1. We are up to Kane. While Kane goes, I'm going to add Asher to the roll.
Do you want me to roll initiative?
Yes, please.
Alright.
All right, Kane, what are you going to do, buddy?
Kane will draw... Quick question before... Because I'm going... I think I might be able to attack orc number 1. But...
I'm sorry, Kane, I couldn't hear you. Somebody was trying to talk. What'd you say, buddy?
Okay. Kane's gonna run his hand across his sword to and have the storm form around it. And he is going to move to orc number 1. Now, since he's using that Imperial sword and he doesn't know anything about it as far as its requirements for attunement, does he have disadvantage to attack rolls?
This is the magical sword that you got last.
Yep, that's the one he's using.
Please hold.
I didn't know it was magical.
It's not that it's magical. It's more of like it's just very, very, very fine worked.
Gotcha.
It's pierced. The new melee must succeed a charisma saving throw so that it doesn't gain disadvantage. Yeah, so absolutely. If you do not get every time you attack, you're gonna have to make a charisma saving throw, and you got to be at an 18. And if you don't, you'll get disadvantage.
Okay, well I'm swinging. Here's the first charisma save. So I'm rolling at disadvantage.
Absolutely. Now, once again, this whole sword is beautifully made, man. Beautifully made. It literally just it reflects light almost like a mirror. It's beautiful. As you swing, go ahead and make your swing. With a 15, it does hit its intended target as you slam into it for 10 slashing damage. Beautiful and brutal.
And let me go ahead and roll the Hemocraft die. 12 damage.
Fantastic. This orc taking a slash holds its body where you slash it right across its chest, and it starts to... He's breathing pretty profusely. Would that be your turn?
That will be my turn.
Orc number 4 is going to... Oh, what's he gonna do? What's he gonna do? I mean, he's a free-thinking creature. He would take the opportunity when he gets it. He's going to come behind Kane viciously with a great axe and swing at you. With a 19 to hit. 9 slashing on your back, Kane. You feel this great sword dig into your armor on your back.
Okay.
And that would be Orc number 4's situation. Round 2, starting with Orc 2 and then Asher's after. Orc number 2.
How much damage did he do to me?
9.
9? Okay.
Ouch.
Orc number 2 is the one over here, you know what, is also going to follow up. As he heard the horn of his neighbor sound, he's dropping his horn on the ground, grabbing his great axe and swinging. Oh my Lord have mercy, with a 22 to hit. 6 more slashing damage as that one hits you, thud, right in the side of your body.
Man, I'm glad I saved my DM inspirations for max hit dice at the moment.
And I believe you got another DM inspiration today for your story.
Yes.
Yeah, what do we do if we're sitting on 2 DM inspirations?
You don't. It doesn't add
Okay.
up. You only
It
get
doesn't
one at a time.
stack? Okay.
Nope.
Okay.
That brings us to Asher.
All right. What's up with the white circle around us?
Oh, that's just a starting zone. I can erase that.
Okay, I was just curious. All right, in that case, let me see what Asher can see from his point of view.
Save me, buddy.
Yeah, I am going to move over to about right here, or probably over to... Wait, this is my first round of Would this count as my first round of combat?
Sure, as the purple demon baby spat you up.
All right, cool, because then I get to move 40 feet. And I'm going to move to right there. Oops, sorry. I meant to be in that one right there, yeah.
That's all right, I got you.
And I am going to take a shot at orc number 4 with my longbow. Actually, never mind. Yeah, I'll do longbow this time. For a 16.
And you said that's at the orc?
Orc number 4. This one right here.
Absolutely. One moment here. Sorry, multitasking. Orc number 4 with a 4. Yeah, that absolutely hits him.
All right. I'm going to use my Piercer feat to reroll that damage
Absolutely.
for 10 points of damage.
The arrow
And then-
skewers clear through his leg. He's got the feathered side on the outside of his thigh, and the arrow side protruding out of the back side of his thigh.
All right, he's still alive, right?
Oh, absolutely. He's got a hell of a limp, though.
All right, cool. Because then I'm going to use Dread Ambusher, and I'm going to make a follow-up attack.
Oh, shit. Go ahead.
All right. 20. Well, total of 20. And let me check this one. Oh, yeah, and this one will do 2d8 damage.
Absolutely. That hits.
All right, so first round of damage is 11 points. And then the other one is just a flat d8. So let me get to where I can roll just a d8. I don't think it... Let me double check.
It's dead, bro. How do you kill it?
Okay. All right, cool. Well, seeing that it's right there on top of my buddy, Kane, first one hits in his leg. He adjusts his aim a little bit, and the next one catches it like in the side of the throat and at an angle, though, and it pops through its mouth.
And he falls.
Just severing the carotid. Spraying
Absolutely.
blood.
He falls while holding onto the arrow that you thunked into his leg. Dead.
And then I still have my bonus action. I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on Orc number 2.
Absolutely. Go ahead and drag a Hunter's Mark token and feel free to drop it
Yes,
onto his
sir.
head.
I'm just looking for it right now.
Would that be your turn?
Yeah, alright. Son of a bitch. I got to do something different here. It's awkward to see them plus grab Hunter's Mark.
Would that be your turn, though, you said, after the Hunter's Mark?
Yeah, that's
All
my
right.
turn. After
Iridian, you're up.
Okay, so
That's cheese.
he's going to move right here, and then he's going to shoot at number 1.
Make it happen. With a 12 on your firebolt, it slams into that stump between you and him, igniting the stump semi on fire.
Son of a bitch! Alright, that's the end of my turn.
That's the end of your turn. You all hear scufflings and sounds of footprints and charging. 2 in particular. Boom, 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 boom. And you hear that echo through this trench. Orc number 1 is
Frog?
up. Yes, sir.
It's not letting me pick up Hunter's Mark for some reason.
All right, let me handle that then.
Sorry.
I got it.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Where was I? Orc number 1 is going to take that great axe and actually... Hold on one second. Ooh. He is going to disengage as he got hit pretty good across his chest. And he's going to tuck behind his buddy and reach into his pocket.
Did he use the disengage action?
Yes, he did.
Yeah.
Okay.
That makes Thalia. Thalia's next.
All right. We're gonna go all the way. No, that doesn't work. We'll go to here. Get in there. All right. And we're gonna longsword this bitch.
Do it.
No, we're not. I lied.
With an 8, this orc swings its great axe and blocks with the butt end of the axe. Would that be your turn?
That's it. That's it for me.
All right, Myth, you're up.
Alright, can someone kind of pan over to where I'm at? Whoever's the one streaming? Okay, I see myself. I'll take a pop off at, I think it's the goblin on the far right?
The one he is currently ducking behind the log. You can fire at him, but he'll be at, like, +5 AC for his cover.
Okay, I guess I'll just move up like 10 feet and take a shot at the orc then in the middle. That has the 2 guys on him.
All right, make it happen.
Yep, 1 sec. God damn it.
Thalia, a lightning bolt slams at your feet.
It
I
kind of
am-
startles me, and I kind of jump. And I throw like a pointed glance over my shoulder at Mithrax.
I'm sorry. That's usually not like this. Or no, it's I'm sorry. He's usually not like this. As he just starts like smacking the top of the gem.
Reen, you're up, buddy.
Alright. So if these goblins 4 and 3 are like hiding underneath the log, if I go behind the log, do I get a bonus to attack them because they're like prone?
They're not prone. They're taking cover. So you'd be able... So if you were to attack from the front of the log, they'd get a bonus to their AC. If you make it so the log is not impeding your, let's call it line of sight, it'll be your normal roll.
Yeah, kill these goblins. Attacking goblin 4.
Do it to it. Oh,
I'll be
yeah.
back momentarily. I'm gonna run get some water real quick.
Yep, what you gotta do?
11 damage.
11 damage. How do you kill goblin number 4?
I'm just gonna swing my sword with my right hand, but I'm not gonna use the blade. I'm gonna use the blunt end, like a baseball bat, and I'm just gonna whap it on the head, and he just dies.
You hear a slight crunch, and its head, its left ear slams into its left shoulder, and he just kind of fumbles over. His goblin number 3 buddy, now knowing that you're there, like, he kind of growls at you and looks like he's getting ready to pull out a short sword.
Yeah, I'm gonna action surge here. I'm gonna move.
Shit.
Finish my movement, and I'm gonna action surge, and I'm gonna attack the last goblin right there.
Make it so. With a long sword at 18 does hit, and this one also gets killed. How do you do it?
I just cut his stomach open, and all his guts pour out into the ground. He tries to catch it with his hands.
The warm innards steam as the cold air touches it. It literally is like holding its belly, trying to keep it all inside, but he can't keep up with everything that's pouring out. There, that's good enough. Would that be your turn?
I'm going to... Action surge resets my movement, right? So I have 30
Yes,
movement.
you
again.
basically have a whole turn.
I'm going to cover on this side of the log right there.
Wait, on behind it or in front of it?
In front of it, basically just line of sighting Goblin 1 as of right now.
Yeah, you know what? I'll give you that. I'll give you that. That's fine. The angle's at such that you can do that.
Goblin 1 have a bow?
Absolutely does.
Okay.
That brings us to Orc number 3, who isn't on the board yet, as you hear responding to a horn that was blown. We'll start his turn here, seeing Asher. And with his orcish aggressive bonus action, will charge straight at you. This whole 60-foot charge, Asher, he's holding this great axe. And totally going for it.
All right.
That is a nat 20.
Fuck me.
Ooh. So 60 foot. It's almost like his momentum. He's leaning into this strike. A 45-degree angle over your right shoulder. Boom! Hits you for 16 slashing damage. You get kicked back. In fact, give me a dexterity saving throw real quick. Don't worry, it's nothing. It's nothing bad.
19.
With a 19, I'm going to give you the choice. You could either stand there and take it, you still take the damage, or you can give into his momentum swing, and you could move 5 feet back straight.
I'll let him push. I'll use the momentum to push back off of it to move back 5 feet.
Absolutely. Go ahead and there's no attack of opportunity on that. Boom.
So I'd be right there.
Absolutely. I mean, he literally did a 60-foot straight path slam into you if something had to happen. But yeah, that was a total of 16 slashing damage. Brutal.
So should be at 15.
And that was orc number 3. Behind orc number 3, you hear... "Roar!" As coming from the same angle, a large humanoid, semi-giant creature makes his presence known. Already having a javelin in his hand, cocks it back and lets one fly towards Myth.
Yep.
It does not meek purchase as it kind of plinks off your gem and slams into the wall.
Woo.
Orc number 6 is next. Who's the one that actually sounded the horn, now drops the horn and with his great axe out charges Thalia. As soon as I find the character
Oh yeah,
sheet.
I'm here. Sorry.
No, you're good. I'm just trying to find the right character sheet. There we are. Thalia, you parry this away with your long sword as you kind of sidestep, and you use your long sword to just kind of guide this axe into the ground. That was orc number 6. Goblin number 1, cocking short bow, is going to shoot at Reen. With your partial cover of a +2 to your AC.
Reen, did you manage to kill a goblin while I wasn't here?
He killed 2.
Gotcha.
Killed 2 and I killed 3 so far.
The short bow thunks into the log that you're semi-hiding behind. Right in front of your face. That brings us to Kane.
Kane will attack orc number 2.
All right. Heyo, is that a nat 20?
That is a 14.
Oh, that's right. You're at disadvantage. Charisma saving throw first.
Oh yeah, that's right. Charisma saving throw.
Oh my god. Yep, a
Well, hold
14.
on, Yeah.
With a 14, it still sinks your blade into this creature's arm. For 13? Holy shit.
16.
16! I'll tell you what. You do not hit his arm. You kill it. How do you kill it?
Kane will just kind of maneuvers the blade and stabs the creature in its chest and just kind of pulls it out.
You could hear air escaping out of its lung as it falls dead. Would that be all?
He will take a 5-foot step forward towards Orc 6 and
Beautiful.
end its
Did
turn.
Orc 2 die?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Oh, that was the hunter's mark, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I get on my turn on a bonus action. If the target of my hunter's mark dies, I can move it to another target.
Cool.
On your turn, or if it dies?
It just says. Let me double check the wording of it. Hold my character sheet up. Oh, sorry, I should have linked that into the chat. But that was my hunter's mark. I forgot to do that earlier.
I'm reading it right now. 1 second here. If the target drops 0 hit points
Yep, you
before
can
the
move it.
spell ends. Yep.
You can use a bonus
on
action.
on a subsequent turn to move it.
On a subsequent turn of yours to move it.
Yeah, so my next turn, I start.
Yeah,
I'm at like
okay.
the top of the round. Because the round's about to restart, I can move it to
Correct.
a new target.
Yeah.
So, half ogre number 2, now responding to the horn, comes charging down the other side. And I'm going to say it took half movement to get there. And let's just say will move an additional 10 feet with a javelin in hand and lets it fly towards Reen. What's your AC +2, Reen?
20.
With a 22 to hit, the javelin sinks into your shoulder. 6 piercing damage as you have I wouldn't even call this a javelin. It's literally like a sharpened stick. It's just kind of protruding into your shoulder a wee bit. All right, that takes us to the top of round 3, where the last combatant makes himself seen ducking behind this little guy with a short bow in hand, using his buddy as cover, cocks back a short bow, fires it at Asher. With a 23 to hit,
Yeah, that hits.
8
I
piercing slams into your midsection.
So,
You'll get it one day, Reen.
you said 8, right?
Correct, 8.
Jesus. Asher's looking fucked up.
All right, that takes us to Asher, actually.
All right. I am
Reen
going
is
to.
tilted.
First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use my bonus action to move my hunter's mark to orc number 3.
Sure, go ahead and grab the decal. Or somebody, please.
I got it, I think. Did it go on? No, it didn't. Oh, I dropped it up there. Sorry. There we go. And then I'm going to back the fuck up 30 feet to about 25 feet. That's good enough. And I am going to cast words. That. I'm going to cast Hail of Thorns.
Ooh. Link that bitch.
I am. And so my next attack, if he succeeds on if he fails a DC saving throw, I deal an extra D10 of damage if I hit.
Is it an AoE, or is it just for that one?
It's an AoE, anything within 5 feet of it.
Oh, so basically it's like an ice knife, but except thorns.
Yeah. All right,
Okay.
so now I'm going to take a longbow attack at orc number 3, the one I put my hunter's mark on.
All right,
I
make
don't
it happen.
like him. A 16.
A 16 collides in with this orc.
All right. Longbow deals 7. Now my D10. If I can roll that. For an additional 9 points of damage, plus my 6 from Hunter's Mark. So 5 plus 7 is 12, plus 9 is 21 points of damage.
And it failed its dexterity saving throw.
Okay, so sorry, yeah, so that's when the 10 would have taken place. Sorry. So I rolled the D10 too soon. So yeah.
Okay.
So it failed a dexterity saving throw.
Yeah, it did completely.
All right, then it took 21 points of damage.
With your permission, can I flavor this?
Sure. Yeah, because if he passes it, he would only took half.
Your arrow slides literally just under his sternum into that soft, mushy part. He keels over and falls dead. After about a second, as his midsection erupts with thorns all over as if he pushed a thorn from the inside to the outside.
I just realized, and thank you, Thalia, for letting me know. I couldn't have cast Hail of Thorns. It's a bonus action. I didn't realize that they both were bonus actions.
Okay.
Moving Hunter's Mark was a bonus action, and Hail of Thorns.
Ah, well, there goes my flavor. Sink, he's dead.
Sorry about that.
I didn't want to.
So
I didn't want to be too rules lawyery, but
yeah, no, that is right. I shouldn't have been able to do that.
I tried to say something before you did it, but you
Yeah,
just kept going, and I'm just like, I don't want to interrupt you.
I didn't realize. I messed up. Sorry, today's been hectic.
It's all good.
That's okay. That's okay.
All right.
Hey, you killed him. That's the
I
important
would have still
thing.
cast
Yeah,
Hail of
you
Thorns.
still-
I just wouldn't have moved Hunter's Mark if I'd have realized that.
Well, you would have lost Hunter's Mark, too.
Would that be your turn, Asher?
Yeah. No, I could have recast Hunter's Mark later.
All right.
Yeah, that'll be my turn.
Iridian, you're up, buddy.
Okay, so I've got an ogre on one side that I don't want to get close to, and an ogre on the other side I don't want to get close to.
So you get close to one of them.
Who's moving Myth?
God damn it! Sorry.
I was like, okay.
I was about to say, Myth, what the fuck are you doing?
I don't even have control.
Why did it do it that way? 1 second.
What are you trying to do?
I'm trying to cast Witch's Bolt as a level 2. 1 second.
Okay. I mean, regardless of which, you're gonna miss because of your first roll.
Yeah, it's not working. So, never mind. 9, it misses.
Your Witch Bolt hits the ground to the side, making a little bit of an explosion.
I hide behind the log.
Absolutely. You take, depending on the angle, anywhere between half to full cover. So I'm gonna put you here just to represent that you're... Look, I know that you're ducking here.
You're good.
All right, orc number 1 is up. Let's get back to the bloodshed, peoples. Urgh! Orc number 1 is going to do an orcish charge. Actually, I saw you cast Witch Bolt. In orcish, even though you wouldn't see it, he's going to say, kill the caster. He's going to come up to you with a great axe slashing at you.
Question: did he run past Kane?
He did, but yeah, that would be an attack of opportunity. You're absolutely right.
Kill him. You can do it.
I'm gonna try.
Disadvantage.
Don't try. Do.
Well, make a charisma saving throw first.
Okay.
It doesn't matter, because your disadvantage would have... yeah, there you go. Your disadvantage absolutely hits it. How do you kill this creature as he's running? As he's running towards Iridian.
I just kind of... Kane sees him, and he just kind of pirouettes and swings the sword to connect with this midsection, and he just runs through it and runs past. It looks like he's still running, but as he comes to where Iridian is, he just kind of the top hat falls off, and he dies.
And he dies. I love it. Fan-fucking-tastic. That brings us to Thalia.
Okay. So, I was gonna cast Shield of Faith on Iridian, but he doesn't need it apparently. So, I guess we're just gonna hit Orc 6 with a longsword.
Do it. A 15 absolutely hits these little weebly orcs. In their defense, they are recovering from an avalanche.
What?
We'll explain later, Asher. But suffice to say, we pulled Mulan on them.
So, really? Mulan?
I mean,
right.
it's accurate.
So, with a long sword, you slash it into this creature's underbelly, creating a large wound as it begins to bleed down his leg. Would that be your turn?
I thought he was already kind of dead, so...
No, the one that Kane took out, he was the one that was almost dead.
Gotcha. Yeah, understood. No worries then. I'm all done.
All right, Myth, you're up.
All right, can pan over to me, thank you. So, I guess focus on the left. Are we just straight up ignoring the guys on the right currently?
Well, it seems that way.
Okay.
I don't think I know that I don't think that a lot of us even know that the others are there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Some of us can't even see over there at the moment.
Gotcha. Fair enough. Myth, as I guess he sees the ogre to the right in the is that a orc to the right as well next to him? I can't see.
That's
if
a
he
It's
gets
a
over.
goblin, but yeah.
Okay. I'll take a pop shot at the ogre on the right, and kind of yell,
Sure.
"They got!" But as I go to do this, yells, "They got backup over here!" As he goes and launches off the bolts.
Absolutely.
Or please hitting. Hey!
Dude,
That's
look-
a nat 20.
Yeah, but look at that damage roll.
God damn it!
How do you roll a
Wait,
0?
Wait, no, hold on. Wait, why does it have a 3 lightning? It should be a d6 plus 3.
That is literally no dice and your dexterity.
Yeah, it's
Hold on.
it's a d6.
I'll
The
fix it.
hell- Okay.
Hold on, please. Oh, shit. Stop touching shit. Is this the lightning cannon?
Yes, lightning cannon.
Is this like a custom spell?
Technically, yes, as Roll20 didn't have it in there. It's part of the class feature, though.
Oh, is it the lightning one
I had,
thing?
yeah, it's for the armorer's lightning gauntlet.
Yeah.
I had to
Nice.
mainly
Okay.
add it because they Roll20 doesn't have it there.
What the hell are you?
I'm
I
an
feel your pain,
artificer.
Mithrax. I feel your pain.
He's an artificer.
Yeah, so that would be a
So roll lightning cannon damage twice. This is gonna
twice.
ignore.
Okay. It's 5,
And
9.
9. Beautiful. Going forward, you shouldn't have to do that
12
anymore.
damage total.
Okay.
All right, cool. So, yeah, you put your hand up like fucking Tony Stark. A big lightning bolt slams into this
Does
half
it-
ogre.
Does
Yeah.
it make that squeaking noise right before the energy comes out?
No, it's the gem's kind of on the back of his hand on his right hand. He just kind of like thrusts his hand forward as the lightning just kind of arcs from it, coming straight over, just making
Gotcha.
a crackling sound as it screeches over.
Nice.
Mhm.
Would that be your turn?
Yes, sir.
Reen, you're up.
Alright, what do we got here? You know what, let's just go with, let's go back here.
+1
Fork
flank.
6.
That's an absolute hit. And I believe your dex modifier is enough to kill this. So how do you kill it?
Just gonna run through the point of the sword, right through the center of its body, dude.
Kane, you see the
Pull it
point
out.
end of a sword come out from his back to the front.
Can't you just get wide-eyed and kind of leans back a bit as there's a sword pointing in his face now.
Would that be your turn?
What do you guys think? Should I go push the new guys or stay over here and finish these two? What's your health? 7 health. 20. Work 2 goes.
Wait, you can see the health of my goblins?
No, I'm only at the health of my team.
Uh,
I'm gonna throw it right into the face of Ogre 2.
absolutely. Well, you already did your attack, so you're just going to chill there?
Yep.
All right, which brings us to Ogre number 1 going to his back and pulling out his last sharp stick as he's charging forward. What's his full movement? 30. And hopefully at point blank able to throw this javelin into Mithrix with a 21 to hit.
Yep, that hits. Son of a bitch.
Oh, this fucking javelin hits you square for 11 piercing damage as this sharpened stick digs in deep.
For 11?
11 piercing damage.
Okay.
Yeah, half ogres are known to be fairly strong.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting them to. I was expecting strength, not dex. Okay.
So
Javelins are strength.
yeah, javelins are strength.
Even with thrown? Okay, I didn't know that.
I believe
Oh,
you
dex
can
is strength.
you can choose whether you want to throw it with strength. Or dex.
Okay. Okay.
That brings us to Goblin number 1. having seen that javelin from so far away land to Mithrix, he's going to go... and he's going to dip between... yeah, I already called it, so he's going to dip between, pulling out his little scimitar and try to slash at your ankles, Reen. Unfortunately, even though the blade hits you, it doesn't go under your armor as it slides across. You hear metal on metal scraping. That takes us to Kane.
Kane, seeing the giant half ogre over here, he's going to activate his hex.
Awesome.
Oops. There we go. Giving him disadvantage on strength checks. And he is going to run over and assist Reen. And he's going to attack with the sword.
Okay, make it happen.
Remember the Christmas save first this time.
Absolutely. And you fail. Disadvantage.
I gotta remember to switch it to normal when I roll those
Dude,
saves.
I love the RP, man. I dig it. I'm all about it.
So he attacks the ogre.
With an 11, the ogre picks its foot up as you slash just under it.
Okay. Alright. Because up to this point, Kane realized there was something wrong because he kept on hitting things.
Would that be your turn?
Yes, he still hasn't picked up that there's anything wrong.
Reen, odds or evens?
Even.
Odds. This is going to Kane. Kane, it looks at you as
How
you
much damage did
11.
How much damage did Mixlurks take?
I took 11.
I just want to put you down to it so that I can judge who needs
Thank
to
you.
get healed. Yep.
Like he took 11 damage in total.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I should have 6 health remaining.
Yeah.
Who has Bane on him?
Nobody. I put Hex on half orc 2. Half ogre 2.
That's weird. How come I don't see it on him? No one grabbed a token.
Oh, I did not put the thing on him.
Okay, no worries. In the meantime, so half ogre number 2 is gonna look straight at you. He's gonna take his battle axe with 2 hands as if he was chopping a log, vertical straight on you. It hits. Do you have anything to prevent this?
No, I don't.
Okay. This battle axe hits you vertical cleave straight down with 2 hands. Oh, okay. 15 damage. I thought he was going to hit you much harder than that. For 15 damage, slashes vertically, like damn near down your nose, over your lips, and down the center of your armor. You absolutely felt that. In fact, the momentum puts the axe cleaving straight into the ground. Boom! And it shatters some of the rock on the floor.
He's still up.
Yeah, barely. He's up to 5. That takes us to Goblin 5, who is going to attempt to use bush as cover and cock an arrow back and make it fly towards Myth. But unfortunately, it goes wide and deep into the canyon. Asher.
All right, I am gonna back up a little bit more if I can move my token. I'm gonna put you back, and I'm gonna move to about here.
Okay.
And I'm gonna make an attack at the ogre or half ogre thingy.
Which one, number 1 or number 2?
The one in front of Mithrax.
Okay.
Ogre number 1.
Oops, sorry.
Pull my
Ignore
thing up.
that.
Okay.
For a 12.
A 12 does sink into this creature.
Oh, nice. All right.
Wait, I was 1 off.
Yes.
Whoop! I hit the wrong button. Sorry. Ignore that. I'm gonna re-roll my damage with Piercer. Same thing. So 4 points of damage.
It lands into its chest, and it quickly grabs it, pulls it out, and throws it on the floor.
All right, that's my turn. I think. Let me check.
All right, that brings us to Iridian.
Yeah, that's my turn.
Iridian, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
I think he's casting Witch Bolt.
I see that. Iridian, can you hear me?
Yeah.
There we go.
Does that hit the ogre?
It does not. I missed it by 1. He's at a 12 AC.
No.
As your witch bolt flies just over to the side of him, into the back wall, rocks begin to tumble down and roll to the ground. Would that be your turn? Back to hiding.
Yeah, that's his turn.
Got it. Thalia, you're up.
Alright. Thalia's gonna get up to here. And we're gonna cast Cure Wounds on Kane. And
Alright.
if I get over here, we're gonna cast it at first level. Wow.
Big
I
money.
tried.
Big money, big money.
Yeah, big money. I'm glad I really spent that whole spell slot just for that.
You know, you did a hell of a smite
the effort,
earlier.
though. I appreciate the effort.
You did a hell of a smite
I
earlier.
could have had another hell of a smite. I could have had another one, though. But instead, I pumped 2 points of healing that I could have just as easily done with Lay on Hands without wasting a spell slot.
Thalia, just know I
But-
appreciate you.
No problem. And then... Whoops, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry. Yep, that's it. That's all I got.
All right. That takes us to Myth.
I am going to move as far over as I can towards the rest of the group here. I got movement of 35. If someone can just move me 35 feet that way. Yeah. Can you move further left? Sorry, whoever's got the camera view. That left. To the other side towards the stump.
Your other left.
Yeah. Keep going. I won't be able to still see the orc or ogre behind is all. Yeah, that'll be good.
You're good.
Okay. Alright, and I will take another pop shot off with the lightning gauntlet here.
All right.
Sec.
And the AC to beat is a 12 if you're going for the half orc. Or half ogre, excuse me.
It was the one I was targeting prior.
Oh, the one over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Make it happen.
Trying to at least. That's a
With
14.
a 14, it slams into this creature for 4 lightning damage.
Woo!
Plus, it does an additional d6 of lightning damage each turn. It does.
I forgot about that because I can pop
Yeah.
that off right now. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Each target you hit with it takes an.
It's only once per turn, so it'd be an additional 2.
Got it. As it leaves. So you go, boom! And then like a follow-up chain lightning, boom! Comes out of it twice. And you see like 2 semi-charred marks on its open flesh.
That's for the javelin, you best.
Awesome. Reen, I believe you're up.
Let's get Goblin one out of the picture here.
Okay.
Damn it.
The 3 melee characters against one half ogre, and the 3 ranged characters against the other half ogre.
The goblin raises his shield up and absorbs your longsword attack. Would that be your turn?
Yep.
Half ogre number 1, who just recently got charred up, is going to You tickle. You hit. He's gonna make a dash action.
I've hit less than Mithrax has.
And that's his turn for now as he charges up. Brrr! Clearly very, very angry. So that's his turn. Next up then we have Goblin number 5, who's in the same channel here. He is going to...
I mean, Goblin number 1.
Oh, my bad.
After,
I apologize. I went to the wrong guy. Goblin number 1, you're absolutely right. He just blocked a longsword attack at Reen. He's going to swing at Reen. With a 22 to hit. Holy fucking goblin, Batman. And max damage with 8 slashing. That's on your inner thigh, Reen. This goblin came to fucking party.
we found the one goblin that's capable of fighting us.
Kane, you're up.
Kane will maneuver around the ogre to where he's flanking with Reen.
Yep, 100% flank.
Giving him that extra +1. I'll go ahead and add that in.
It's harder to heal you when you're over there.
Yeah, but all right. So first things first, charisma saving throw. 13, so disadvantage.
Correct.
So here we go. 9.
With the 9, you swing this exquisite, marvelous sword at this creature. You hit him, but unfortunately, you have the hilt turned in a way that you blunt slapped him.
On the butt.
Giddy up. Absolutely. Would that be your turn, Kane?
That will be my turn.
Half ogre number 2 is gonna spin, having just gotten longsword slapped on the ass.
And kill me.
He's
Harder
actually.
to impose.
Go ahead.
Nah,
Huh?
it's just why'd you run up behind him?
Try to get
Such
more
low
attack.
health.
He's gonna swing around with an arcing attack with his battle axe with 2 hands. With a 15, does not hit as you duck under it. The half ogre continues to spin under his own momentum. That would be his turn. Goblin number 5's up, who's going to move forward. Yeah, you got fucking lucky.
I know.
He's going to
By the skin of your fucking teeth.
cock back an arrow towards Iridian as he sees him ducking behind a log. You're semi-ducked and you're kind of in his angle, so I'm only going to give you a +1, Chief. With a 21 to hit, doesn't matter anyway. 5 piercing damage slams into your top shoulder, Iridian. Finally get Iridian on the board there. Urgh! Asher, you're up, buddy.
I am going to sing the
I was
big
trying to say,
fucking-
no, it doesn't.
Oh, you doing shield?
Yes, I am.
All right, absolutely. Then that arrow gets stuck and it breaks magical glass as it gets stuck into this little mystical shell. Now it's Asher's turn.
Seeing the big fucking half ogre in front of me, I'm going to jump behind the log. I don't know if that takes away any of my movement, how much it does. But...
Let's call it difficult terrain, so just whatever squares it occupies, just double movement for that.
Okay, well, I had 30 feet, so it would have been plenty to jump behind it then. Right?
Correct. You're going to take an attack of opportunity. You know that, right?
Sorry, I should have said before I moved. I was going to use my action to disengage and then jump behind the log. Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
And I am hunkered down behind the log.
I will give you full cover.
Way,
so if you're hunkered down
can't
behind... Yeah, unless he goes around, which honestly he's not that smart. He's probably going to go straight for it. He'll probably chop you through the log, or at least attempt to. But we'll cross that bridge when we get there. That brings us to Iridian, I believe.
Okay, having no luck with the giant ogre and running out of spells. Fuck the goblin.
All right, go ahead and fuck him. Ooh, with a 17, it absolutely hits.
Finally!
With
Done that
9,
to the ogre?
how do you kill goblin number 5?
Oh, as he's lifting the bow to take another shot at me, I catch him square in the chest and light the little bastard on fire.
And you do so. This creature gets knocked back and falls with a...
That's the end of my turn.
It's payback. As he slams the dice down. Thalia, you're up.
Alright, I'm going to get back here, kind of staying within 5 feet of Reen,
Okay.
and then I'm going to cast Sacred Flame at it.
Beautiful. Make that happen, Captain. That is a deck save for me.
That was not a Cure Wounds. Why did you do that?
You said this is at the goblin or the ogre? I'm sorry.
It's gonna be at the ogre.
Ogre. And that's a deck save, right?
That's a great question.
I believe it's a deck save. Yeah,
Yeah,
on deck
probably
saving
gonna
throw. With a 6, fails its
Yeah.
deck save.
Cool. I don't know. For some reason, it rolled an 8 healing for Cure Wounds on that, so that's
I
cool.
mean, it's a D8, so
Yeah, but I
I'll
believe
just roll
the healing gets a modifier, but Sacred Flame doesn't at this level.
7. I'd just say reduce it to 7.
Oh, I see it. You want to just take that roll since you already rolled it?
Well, I don't know why, but it selected Sacred Flame and it came out with Cure Wounds down here. So do you want to take that 8 or do you want to take this 3 that I just rolled?
I'll tell you what. Your first die roll was a 7. I'll keep the 7 for now. But yeah, we'll
Okay.
let that one fly for now.
All right.
Keep it organic. All right, cool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Boom! As your holy fire lands on the flesh of this creature, trying to put it out. Would that be all?
Yep, that's all.
Myth.
Yep. Go ahead. Take a pot shot back at that same ogre still. Someone can move the cameras though, so I can see a bit better.
The one that's with Asher right now.
I don't know. Who's
The one-
streaming?
Number 1. I got
Reen.
you. I got you. Go ahead and
Ogre
take your
number
shot.
1 is
Okay. Yeah, the one that's down that way. Yep. Be ogre 1. Yep. Go ahead and take a pop shot over at him. Sorry.
You're good.
15.
A 15 absolutely hits for 9 damage as a bolt of
And
lightning.
then plus the d6. So it'd be for 14 overall.
The bolt slams on the back of this creature, splitting open his vest on the back. You see his bare back flesh as he hunches over. Oh! He's standing, but it's looked like he's struggling.
Okay. That's all I got.
All right,
Not
all
enough
right.
stuff.
Reen, you're up.
Alrighty. That goblin's going down this time. I can feel it.
Famous last words. Oh, it hits.
Wow.
It's fucking down. How do you kill it?
Just gonna swing my sword, and then he's gonna block it, and I'm just gonna kick him right in the balls,
Absolutely.
and then I'm gonna decapitate him when he bends over.
You do so as he leans forward, and you just, and it slices clean through. You could feel the vertebrae separate under the power of your own sword. Your blade hits the ground as the head rolls. Would that be your turn?
I'm gonna second wind here too.
You already... Oh, second one is the health. Never mind. Go ahead.
The hell do I do?
Second one should be an action, though, isn't it?
I
Oh, it
think-
is?
Is
It is a
action?
bonus action. It is a bonus action.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
it
good
would
to
make-
know.
Yeah, I think all fighters have bonus action shit. And it all comes back on a short rest.
Yeah. Gotcha.
Nice. 8 health.
I didn't know that.
Beautiful. And that would be your turn, Reen?
Yep.
Half ogre number 1 shakily lifts up his battle axe and tries to come down on Reen out of desperation.
One is
You
other
mean
side.
Asher?
Oh, I'm
mean
sorry.
Asher.
I meant Asher. My bad. I meant Asher. My bad.
So good.
Asher, you are full cut. Well, you're mostly covered, so it's a +5 to your AC, which is a 20. I rolled a 24.
Damn it.
This battle axe comes straight down. It cleaves through the log, and the tip of the axe slams directly into your chest for 8 slashing damage.
I am unconscious.
The,
Oh shit!
the log shatters under the weight of this heavy fucking. And honestly, the battle axe, it's not even anything kind of like. It's nothing crazy. It's literally like just like this blunt, rough metal and stone stuck to this fucking tree trunk thingy. It's,
Before I go unconscious, as I'm seeing this axe come at me as like a symbol of defiance, can I just give it the finger?
sure, absolutely,
Or whatever this world's equivalent is to the finger.
no doubt about it. You do so, and then
Bite your
black.
thumb at it.
Yeah. The middle finger is fuck you in this world. Canon.
I mean, even the ogre himself almost stumbled on top of you. But that's its turn.
Asher's probably about to die.
Kane, you're up.
Kane, first it's going to attack the half ogre in front of him. So let's see that beautiful charisma saving throw.
Almost.
17. Almost. I have to roll a 19.
It's possible. But you've been hitting, to be honest, so.
Yeah. So
Yeah,
here
you've
we
been
go.
doing actually really, really well.
21.
Look at you
yes.
with 10 slashing.
And
Does that
extra-
lightning count too?
yeah, so that's 14. Yeah, because I have the storm going on my sword, and I have an extra D6 for my hex for psychic damage, which is an all of a 1.
Hey,
Are you adding
15
your
damage ain't bad.
Are you adding your plus strength as well?
Yeah, that
Okay,
is D10 plus 4. I rolled a 6.
Just making
Uh,
sure.
Rolled maximum lightning damage, 14 total, 15 damage.
All right. Let's go ahead, and ogre number 2 is going to try to retaliate as he swung through like a golf swing at you and missed. He's going to continue to spin on the same axis and try to hit you again. And you duck it yet again. This ogre is just not knowing his own balance. That takes us to Asher. Go ahead and PM me that death saving throw, buddy. Nice. All right. That takes us to Iridian.
Asher's down.
Kane from hearing that, it's like, no!
Brother.
Ray of Sickness slams into ogre number 1, which is, I'm assuming, what you're hitting. Hits him right in his back. I get a
Horrible.
Constitution
9
saving
poison.
throw. Is that
Yeah.
a save and suck, or does it do half damage?
Give me 1 second, and I'll show you.
1 Mississippi.
Okay, so on a pass save, it just takes the damage. On a failed save, it's poisoned until the end of my next turn.
Oh, okay. So Dex is just for the poison, but it does actual damage initially. Okay.
Yep.
So with a 15,
So
it
9 poison
absolutely
damage
hits.
to start.
So 1 poison damage. It hits him square in
9
his.
poison damage. I cast as a level 2.
Oh, 9. Gotcha. Yeah, you hit him in his square back. How do you kill it?
Oh, so I hit this thing square on, right dead center in the back at the spine. Tendrils spread out, and it seems to start to rot. Like normal, only it's stronger. A black line of kind of smoke comes from the thing straight to me, and I seem to look stronger.
Absolutely. As this half ogre, with the force of your ray pushing it forward, it falls directly on top of Asher.
What?
I'm
Did I
moving to
take
help
any
Asher.
damage from it fall on top of me?
No, you're just underneath his body. It's flavor.
Oh, great.
If you haven't noticed, I do a lot of flavor.
Yeah, I've been kind of picking up on that.
I just know it's a big ass ogre, so like
Would that be your turn?
Yeah, I move closer to Asher to try to help them, and that's my turn.
All right, Thalia.
All right. I am just going to do another Sacred Flame shot at it. So he needs to make a Dex saving
Dex
throw.
saving throw. Boom. Which is another fail critically.
Okay. 1d8 radiant coming up. That's not bad.
Nice. Explain how this looks again, like a silver like javelin, right?
So it's a silver like javelin.
You see it slide through his upper shoulder and out the back, and it leaves like a mystical hole you could literally look through. But he's still standing. He actually drops the axe to just one-handed.
Yeah.
Would that be your turn?
And that's my turn. Yep,
Myth.
that's it.
Yep. Going back to that same ogre. I hate it.
Well,
It hit me with a javelin.
Yeah,
or
that ogre's
that's
dead.
when okay. Sorry, no, my bad.
That one is dead.
Okay. Sorry. Okay, then yeah. No. Where am I exactly?
Spin around and hit the other one.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Make it happen.
Yeah, so I'll loop around and 13?
A 13 cracks straight into it. How do you put it down for good?
So I'm just gonna have the lightning kind of hit one of the eyes. It kind of pops the eye, and then just kind of goes into the head. Just kind of basically fries the head from the inside out.
You
I would
see
go that way.
every open hole in its head begins to sizzle a little bit of smoke as it falls to its knees and then falls forward. And that is combat, and that's where we're going to take our break, dudes. We're going to take a nice 10-minute break here. Be back. Let's give it a 15-minute break to see if actually no, let's keep it 10 minutes, and we'll see if Myth can fix his computer in that time.
Sounds good.
All right.
I killed an ogre.
Woo! We all did.
So
It's almost as good as the T-Rex and giant ape.
Say what?
Oh yeah. That
Oh
was a good
yeah.
fight.
So my character rode a giant ape to the ground with a great sword through the base of its neck, and one of our other characters shot a T-Rex in the eye and killed it.
Yeah, that happened. You could watch the stream if you really want to see that fight. It was pretty epic, actually.
What you don't need to know is that we watched them fight each other first, and then we went in because they stopped fighting and said, "Fuck you guys," and killed them both.
Okay. Give me a sec here.
So y'all
So-
rolled up on a Godzilla King Kong fight.
Yes.
It was actually
And I
pretty good.
crit. I did enough damage in one hit to have, like, put either of them in half.
Yeah, I think you did like 40 some odd damage.
Yeah, from the first hit. I had 3 more hits to go.
So, Asher, while you were away, we all awoke from when that vial exploded, and some black, dark
Oh, did we
greenish.
get a long rest or something from that?
No.
Oh, okay, that's what I was. You said you awoke, so I was confused.
Well, we got up, and so it made a hole in the ground, which this black tarish kind of goo bubbled up from.
Okay.
And while we were inspecting it, we know it was Mithrax and Reen noticed that that the explosion
Iridian.
called, huh? It was Iridian?
Yeah.
Okay, well,
Y'all can
Iridian.
hear me chew. Let me know. I'm trying to eat, talk to y'all, and everything at the same time. I haven't ate today.
Well, Iridian and noticed that it had caused an avalanche, sending it straight for the orc encampment that we were heading to.
Well, fuck yeah. So I didn't have to go scouting. 'Cause that's what I was gonna say. Like, if I have to go scouting, I was gonna need like a long rest. Because I still have disadvantage on all my skill checks. from my 1 point of exhaustion still.
It's probably why the purple baby kept you longer. You were had disadvantage at all the things it was asking you to do.
Oh
You just weren't doing it right.
What kept me longer was the clutch on a fucking Kenworth. Well, trying to get all the shit removed from a Kenworth so we could get to the clutch. And we still got to go back tomorrow and finish removing shit because you got to drop the tranny. Well, first you got to disconnect the drive shaft, then drop the transmission, and detach all the other shifters. So it was a shit show today. We brought out the cutting torch at one point and the welder.
Oh shit! God damn.
Well, whoever put the drive shaft together with its coupler into the transmission, 4 of the nuts or bolts they screwed on or they put on there, no big deal. They were kind of tight, but we were able to get them off with an impact wrench. The 4th one, they sent that bitch with 2 Uggas and a Dugga and like had it on there and like rounded the shoulders off on the bolt. And so I'm underneath there with my dad, and we tried using an impact wrench, wasn't working. So I got positioned underneath there with a regular wrench and was just trying to see if I could get any type of movement out of it. And I'm a big guy, and I went to push on it, and the rest of the shoulders gave up life and peeled off of there. So one of my dad's buddies shows up, who knows how to use a welder. And we try welding a wrench onto the bolt to just beat it off with a hammer. Finally able to get it welded on there and beat off and got broken loose. And then we ended up having to like cut the head of the bolt off and then back the threads out. It was a shit show. I'm absolutely disgusting, but yeah, D&D is more important than a shower.
I mean, yeah, I imagine you'd be disgusting after you beat it off and got it off. So yeah.
Oh yeah.
Shoot, I've slid from the shower a couple times.
Yeah, whilst rolling around in lubricant,
Yeah.
hydraulic fluid and all that kind of shit.
I mean,
It was
that's
a fun
just a
time.
special lubricant.
Oh yeah. It was extra spicy.
Yep.
But yeah,
no,
it was fun.
So we eventually just followed the tracks in the snow and came across this band of orcs, and they have a dwarf prisoner.
All right, cool. Well, I mean, Asher's happy we're killing orcs.
Oh yeah, we figured you'd be ecstatic about everything that happened.
Oh yeah, that's why I was like, today's been a shit show. Like I've been up since like 7 o'clock working outside. I've ate one other time today. And that's why I didn't realize I was using a bonus action to move my Hunter's Mark and to cast a spell. But if that could have went off like the way I wanted it to, if like that was my plan for the orc that I'd had cast Hunter's Mark on, since it was kind of away. I think it was away from y'all. I was just gonna unload into that bastard, and hopefully make it turn into a chunky mist.
Then we killed it.
Yeah, and then you killed it. And then my goldfish brain just didn't catch up that I was trying to use 2 bonus actions. But I would have cast Hail of Thorns and just lost Hunter's Mark because Hail of Thorns is kind of better. Since the tracking abilities from Hunter's Mark only really work if the target survives and runs away. I don't think any of them were going to survive. So...
But yeah.
Although I do miss playing as Wrath right now, because Wrath has an AC of 20.
Yeah, it's nice, ain't it?
Oh, it's so great. And as soon as we hit level 3, I'm going to have to do the same thing then as add in the lightning launcher and the thunder gauntlets and stuff. Does it add your intelligence to the damage die that it rolls?
Nope, you have to manually or add all of
Well,
that.
no,
Like,
I'm saying for the class, because it doesn't say that in its...
Yes. So you have the choice with the fist. You have the choice of either using intelligence for it or strength. If you're using the launcher like I am, you have the choice of dex or int.
Yeah, I'm going to use intelligence because my intelligence is a 17 with Wrath.
No,
once we hit level 4, my intelligence is going to be a 19, which is where it's going to stay for a while because because there are some feats I want to get.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's one of those things where it's
So
one thing
because
with
the
the
way
launcher is
Mhm.
sharpshooter applies to it. Anything that applies to a ranged attack
Yeah.
will apply to it.
See, I want to play. Wrath is going to be more of a close end guy, so he's
Yeah.
going to have the Thunder Gauntlet, and he has a shield equipped as well. So that's why I have an AC of 20 right now.
So you want to know
And it's
something
gonna
hilarious
go-
you can do?
It's going to go up, and that's not with like any type of heavy armor yet.
Yeah.
Once we get to the city, once we get to where we can, I'm going to get either chainmail or splint mail. Because one of the other party members talked about helping me buy splint mail. And
You don't have to at level 2 use one of your infusions. You can get cast off armor of whatever you want. It's a common rarity, magical item. So you can actually
I know,
get cast off
but
plate.
I have to have the armor to make that. That's the way. That's the way Frog is ruled it with the. It was like for my
Okay.
goggles of night, I have to have goggles to turn into goggles of night. So if I
Gotcha.
want cast off plate, I have to have plate armor to then make into cast off plate. I can't just poof out magic items.
Just I wonder because so in armor, if you're efficient with smithing tools and you're quite literally now a smith, a battlesmith.
Yeah, I don't have.
Just get
but
some,
I'm not level
instead
3
of getting. Yeah, no, I'm thinking out loud. Is you sit there instead of buying the armor, just buy the ingots or something.
Oh yeah, like if I
and then
get a
just
chance
smith
to,
the armor.
if we hit level 3 before I go to like a city, then yeah, I'm gonna just buy the ingots and buy the smith tools because I don't have them on me, and make like plate armor myself.
Question, Frog.
That's level 6 that kicks in there, man.
Yeah, but no. Once I get heavier armor, my AC is going to be even higher, and I plan on playing him as kind of a somewhat frontline fighter with it, which I know doesn't make any sense because he's a caster, but he's mostly just going to run up there with his thunder gauntlets and just smash.
Crash.
So.
Gotcha. One sec here.
All right, team. How are we doing?
Was okay. Like I had tabletop up, but now it just crashed.
Sounds like your computer needs to be not from Play School.
No, it's having issues connecting to someone.
Well, I'm playing from shit internet, which means it's your fault.
I'm playing from shit internet.
Clearly. Yeah, I'm sorry. My server on my end just messing up. It's clearly my end. Give me a second. I'm reconnecting now.
That always sucks. So
Alright.
I'm going to help Asher as soon as I can.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do I have to make? I don't have to make death saving throws anymore, right?
I poke up with a firebolt to cauterize the wound, of course.
I mean, it makes sense. Asher doesn't really trust you with the creepy tendrils of dark energy that come out of your spells whenever you kill stuff, and the black eyes.
But I feel a lot better after I kill stuff. It's quite nice.
Yeah, like Asher is kind of torn whenever it comes to Iridian because, like, he likes you, but he also is like, you're fucking terrifying.
I mean, technically, Asher is torn because he just got fucked up by an axe.
I mean, it was only 2 points over my health at the time.
Before we get started, we had 10 viewers today so far, guys.
Oh, jeez.
Nice, we're getting there. Any comments from them?
Nope.
Yeah. Oh well.
I mean, to be honest, I'm only streaming for documentation purposes, but we'll see what happens.
They call me
it could
trash,
turn into
but I
something
try
nice
to use
for you.
2 bonus actions.
Kane, to your question, I will say... Well, Kane, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I will say, to your question that you PM'd me, the balance There seems to be a trick with the balance of it, and you can feel like it's just you're not flowing with it.
Okay.
Because remember, this weapon, although acts like it's a magical weapon, it's not a magical weapon. It's more of just like it's so finely designed and built. It's almost like you need training for it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, tabletops keeps lagging out. I mean, it's when it's trying to connect with everyone. It's let's see.
That was the problem I had earlier.
Yeah.
I just had to
It's having issues connecting with Frog and Harleon or Helion.
That's Thalia, I believe.
Yeah.
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 It's having issues connect to the two of you
iffy internet.
guys.
I
Okay, one
have
sec.
kind of iffy internet, but my ping has generally been staying
Yeah, no, it's
like
it's got everyone on
150s.
Yeah, my
on
ping
my
with
end
you,
when
Thalia,
it
keeps-
lagged out. It had everyone at like 120-ish, except for YouTube. Frog, you were at like you were 330, and Perlin, you're at 520 on my end when it lagged.
Weird.
It dropped me.
Yeah, mine with yours, Thalia, keeps bouncing between like 86 and 560.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Weird. Anyway, let's get this ball rolling here. The only voice I didn't hear was Fate. Are you there yet?
Yep. Here.
Beautiful. All right, guys. So, I guess the first thing we're going to deal with is Asher lying with a huge gash right where his collarbone would be.
I don't need to keep making saves, right?
No, we're out of combat, but here's how it's going to work. So Iridian already rolled his medicine check. I'm going to say it takes at least 5 seconds for everyone over there if they wish to assist to get over to you. So yes, why don't we get another death saving throw? You could whisper that to me.
Yay!
And don't move your tokens yet. I want to make sure we do this in order.
Oh.
That makes sense. Okay, that was the second roll. Okay, we're there. So at this point, Iridian, since it's a new round, you can make another check if you wish. All right, you're stabilized.
Yay! No more saves.
Nope, but you can roll me a d4 though.
Okay. Can that one be public, or does it need to be
Yeah,
private?
that one can be public.
1.
1 hour worth of downtime unconsciousness as you go into a slight coma, which is not going to last long because I'm pretty sure Thalia is going to stick her healing finger in your bum in about a second.
I mean, joke's on you, I'm into that shit.
As
So
look at Iridian pulling Asher closer to Thalia, slick buddy.
So you're saying when you and Zine get together, you're gonna be all right if she pegs you?
No. I said just a little bit of a finger. Like one knuckle.
I don't know.
You
Zine seems like a
nasty
3-knuckle
bastard.
deep kind of girl.
Ugh. Yeah, you know what? Just you know what? Time to kill Asher off. I'll roll up another character. Deuces. See y'all next week, guys.
The prostate checked checked him out a little bit too permanently.
Look what I can do now, guys, by the way. You want to see what Zine looks like?
Sure. Let's see what my fictitious woman looks like.
Where are we looking to?
Behind
there
the
she
wall.
is.
Well, damn.
Oh, okay.
So that's what she
Okay.
looks like, by the way.
Except with scales.
Except
On
for
her neck.
scales.
Yeah, her hair is covering her scales at the moment.
Yeah, Mithrax, Asher, and out of character. Asher and Zine have some type of weird thing. I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
Every time I'm around her by myself,
just
I
an
have to make
unspoken
charisma
thing.
saving throws.
It's
Yeah.
just an unspoken thing.
Yeah.
All right, so let's get back into it, guys. Let's refocus up. So after combat, as you stabilize your dear friend Iridian, you assist with trying to pull this ogre off of his body, which shouldn't take that much effort, you actually pull on Asher to pull him from underneath the ogre as it fully slams on the ground, beginning to rot. Yeah, there you guys go. Asher's unconscious and waiting for you guys.
What about the dwarf that the goblins had with them?
Absolutely. Tucked away in the corner of a rock crevasse, you see a dwarf that looks very much like the picture that I have listed up there for you. He is bound and gagged by the ankles and the hands, and has this very disgusting, crude linen fabric wrapped around his mouth.
Kane will go over there and remove the gag from his mouth and cut him free.
Oh, it took you long enough. Cut these binds off me.
Kane cuts his free using the sword that he has.
He stands up and dusts himself off. Well, I would have done it myself, but that was just too many. But no, in all seriousness, thank you.
You're welcome.
So why are you even out here? It's dangerous out here.
Zine, the current mayor of Beaton, the Greenskins attacked the Beaton a while back, and she asked us to investigate what was going on.
Mayor, is she? Oh, that's weird. 3 days ago, she wasn't mayor, just a mere protector.
I didn't know what other official title to give her, considering that she really doesn't have one.
Well, if she sent you out here, then clearly we're on the same side. I'm one of the hunters. I went to check to find any survivors. I have yet to find any, and then these kooks showed up as he kicks the goblin's head that got cut off from Reen. Kicks it across the way and making it roll deeper into the chasm.
So you're one of our missing hunters.
As far as I can tell, maybe even the last, I don't know. These orcs do enjoy the taste of hunter flesh, it seems.
Do you know of a hunter named Nanu? I hope I'm saying that name correctly.
I do. Unfortunately, his fire went out 2 days ago.
They killed him?
Last I saw, he was strung up and gutted.
His mother asked us to try and find him.
Oh, I would hate to tell her the bad news.
Just real quick, I put just one lay on hands into Asher.
Absolutely. Your eyes open up and you're staring at the sky, Asher.
I'm gonna stand up groggily and ask, "Did we get him?" As I'm like trying to hold my side where it hurts from the axe. And I'm going to use my last spell slot in that moment to pump Cure Wounds into myself.
Absolutely.
I don't need to link that, do I?
No, just make your roll.
All right, cool.
Do you have anything of... Do you know where we might be able to find his body?
Well, a little while ago, this big tidal wave of snow came down, cleared out the whole village that they had me captured in. They threw me in a bag, dragged me, and bound me. Quite honest, as he looks up and tries to look around, I don't quite recognize where I am.
Do you know what they're doing in here, in this area?
Unfortunately, no one really spoke in a manner that I can understand. But they seem to be organized. There seems to be one or two orcs calling the shots. I don't even know if they were both orcs. One of them was definitely smaller. One of them was bigger.
At that, Asher's going to perk up, and he's like, "What do the orcs look like?" Like, all forms of exhaustion kind of fade away from him for a second, as he's just like, "Tell me what you know about the orcs, and what do they look like?"
1 second.
and he's gonna move towards wherever the fuck Kane and the dwarf are.
One of them wears a pelt across his chest, and he kind of has a hunch to him. His skin is kind of darker, kind of black, almost as if charcoal. Like he smears charcoal on it or something. I don't know. It's some weird tradition, I suppose.
Any of them with types of deformities?
The other one has this lump on his head, and it kind of grows out with a scar. It's really strange. He almost as if he's albino-ish in nature. Never seen an orc like that before.
And I'm assuming that's the orc that the Asher's hunting.
100%. Out of character.
All right. Where did you see the albino one? Did you see him leave the camp, or did you lose sight of him after the avalanche?
Last I saw before the avalanche, he was eating and speaking in front of a fire. But after that, honestly, everything went strange. They covered my eyes and took me.
Asher's gonna look over to Kane, since Kane knows kind of about his background. It's like the albino one with the fucked up face is the one I'm hunting.
Okay.
How far is the camp from here? Do you know roughly?
Over that way and about 50 feet deep below the snow.
Which way's over that way?
I mean, I guess if you're looking for an actual cardinal direction.
Or no, I'm saying, like, is he pointing down the way he came, or like, because you just said that way?
I mean, in game, is that way. I figured, but if you're looking more specific, I can give you something specific, I guess. You guys went into the mountain. Let's say.
Well, I'm just saying, like, which way did his
pointing
hand gesture go?
I see what you're saying. I'm picking up what you're throwing down.
Yeah, you said that way, and I'm assuming there'd be like a hand pointing, like behind him, left, right. Okay.
That way.
Thank you for that information. I have a history with the albino one.
He coughed. This cough definitely sounds like the cough of a smoker. Perhaps some pipe weed. I'm glad Alan can help.
What's your name?
Oi! The lads call me Alan. That's A-L-I-N.
A-L-I-N.
Alan Broadfoot.
Can you make it back to Beaton from here?
To be honest with you, I mean, I'd figure it out myself, but I'd feel more comfortable if you helped me with that.
We're heading towards the orcish camp, or what's left of it. If you want to accompany us, I can give you a sword and you can help.
Well, I mean, I don't want to impose. Like I said, I could obviously take care of all these orcs myself. But, how about I hang out with you for a little bit and regain my strength?
Okay.
Plus, I wouldn't want to be caught alone when it flies overhead.
When what flies overhead?
Yeah, when what?
What do you mean, what? You're out here hunting and you don't know what lives here?
Lizard people?
We knew we wouldn't be asking.
Well, son, you don't got to get all high and mighty on me. But, you don't know about what the lizards worship here?
What did they worship?
I'm going to lean down and look at him and be like, obviously, we don't.
Mithrax kind of overhears what he's kind of saying here a little bit. Kind of pops up from a distance. You mean the thing that was in the sky the other night?
Oh yeah, because you never told us about that, did you?
No, I said there was something in the sky. I just couldn't make it what it was.
Mithrax didn't know what it was.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Kane has his suspicions, but...
Myth said, I have seen it too. Or Myth none said. He says this. Bleh. Yeah. Alan says this to Myth. I've seen it too. Twice to be exact. The orcs seem to fear it.
What is it?
Oi, creature. White, scaly, and large. Swore I saw it breathe snow and ice. Terrifying creature, in fact. Steer clear indeed. Oh, and you kind of shivers just thinking about it.
Was it a
Would we have
dragon?
enough- Yeah, I was gonna say, like, would we have enough general knowledge to know that he's talking about like a form of a dragon?
I mean, if you want to assume that, absolutely.
Okay.
But
I've seen them in storybooks. Didn't he think one would be so close?
where's the dragon at?
Somewhere. I've only seen it in flight and landing. Like I said, the orcs seem to fear it. They move from time to time to avoid it.
And it's further up the mountain?
My best guess would be so. Unfortunately, when you're bound and gagged and put in a tent, there's not much room for window.
Well,
Feeling. And Asher's gonna kind of pat him on the shoulder a little bit, having a little bit of a flashback.
But, like I said, I think I'll just chill with you guys until I get my strength back a little bit. Plus, if that beast comes down, you might need me.
Can I reach into the bag of holding and like rummage around and pull out one of the scimitars
Yeah.
and flip it over and hand it, put the handle towards him, the hilt, and say, "Then you might want this."
Oi, thanks. But do you have your bow?
Only a broken one, and the one on my back, and you're not getting that one.
He kind
The
of
goblins had
I
one.
was about to say he's
Oh yeah,
moving,
the goblins have one.
he's going
I
over to
got-
the beheaded goblin, and he kind of grabs it and then takes one of their crude quivers and straps it to his hip belt.
if you prefer, I do have this, and Kane shows him the heavy crossbow.
Ugh,
Did you get any bolts with it?
don't like those confounded contraptions. Always seem to miss when hunting. This, and he pulls back on the bowstring, the crude short bow that the goblin had. This is a real, and it breaks. Oh. He goes and grabs the other one. And he kind of
Kane already
he,
had bolts.
he loads up some more arrows from the rest of the goblins and starts loading them up. He stretches and ah.
Feel better?
No! I lost my pipe.
When
Well,
get
maybe we
back
can
to
find you
town,
one
Mark?
at the orc camp.
Yeah.
Well, I don't have no pipe weed with me anyway.
Can I search the orcs and goblins to see if they had his pipe on him?
You're more than welcome to give it a try, sure.
And we'll also just see like what all they had on them. But yeah.
I will assist with the investigation.
All right, so I'll get
Sure.
advantage on it.
Sure, why not?
All right. 19.
With a 19, you know what? I'm going to roll a D100. If it's above an 80, I'm going to say we may find it. It is not, it's a 40.
Damn.
Unfortunately, there's no pipe to be found.
All right. Was there anything else I could find?
Is there anything? Yeah, do they have anything?
Oh,
worth
yeah, they have coins.
Yeah, I was doing a general search, but also like kind of looking for his pipe, but mostly
know
just
what?
looking to see what the bodies had.
They got 5 silver, 6
the ones
gold,
let me type this in the loot.
5 silver, 6 gold, and 7 platinum. Amongst
6
all
gold.
of them.
And 7 platinum.
Correct. And then with that, I mean, that platinum seems to be, it's weird for orc to have
That's-
platinum.
That's
It's probably
70
stolen.
gold? Oh,
Yes, it is.
7 platinum is 70 gold. Okay.
Correct. But it has to be platinum because we do coin conversions here because coins do weigh
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah, no, I was just making sure I had the conversion right.
Absolutely.
In my head.
And there's also a cheat sheet on the end of the table as well.
I keep forgetting about that cheat sheet.
No worries. So yeah, and then with that, the goblins have in their little pouches crumpled up like dried leaves, maybe the occasional tooth and bone, a shiny rock that he may have found in a crack somewhere.
It's not like a
no, it's a shiny rock.
Gem. Okay.
Yeah, it's like you ever walk down the street and you see a rock and it has that stripe in it with like granite in the middle of it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's like a rock like that. It looks like he was kind of shining it up or trying to polish it.
Okay.
And honestly, that's it outside of their crude weaponry. So like a scimitar, some short bows, some crude goblin arrow. There's great axes on the ground, but from orcs, and they're definitely better make than the goblin weaponry, but it's still very crude in nature.
Question.
I'll just put crude orc and goblin weapons.
That's fine.
Question. Does this interaction count as a short rest?
No, not yet.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And you know what? What kind of armor do the goblins or orcs wear? Let me see here. There's shields on the ground. Well, goblin shields, so they'd be tiny. And it looks like the orcs wear hide armor.
Okay. So, yeah, I'll let everybody know about the weapons and stuff I found, and if they want to pick them up, they can. I'm not gonna put the weapons and stuff in their loot. I'll just put the money because that's about the only thing that was worth anything.
I don't know. That small
that's
chest
right
is
with-
nice.
He didn't say.
Wait,
did you say there
a
was a small
wand?
chest?
No, he didn't say there was a small chest.
Oh, this is from a previous last week's or whatever. There's a small chest and a wand listed.
Yeah, that's still in our loot stuff. That's all in our.
That small chest is what the glass vial was in that's been shattered, and the wand was just a wand. It wasn't inherently magical.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm just putting the money in our loot thing right now because if there's any of the weapons or something anybody wanted, they can have it. But I doubt we're feasibly going to be hauling around that much shit. But I will let everybody know about the money I found and say like, hey, we at least made some money so far, and we can divide this up whenever we go to camp.
Anyone have any food?
I pull out some rations.
Yeah, I'll toss him one of my rations.
Ah, thank you.
Let me mark that off.
He sits and he eats it. As he pulls his sleeves back a little bit, you'll see some lacerations on his forearms.
What'd they do to you?
He looks up while munching and chewing. What do you think?
Yeah, Asher's gonna see the lacerations and start kind of just like rubbing his back. He's like, "Let me guess, the albino one with the fucked up face."
He sure liked to do the whipping, I tell you.
Yeah, he's a sadistic fuck.
If I had, like I said, I would have taken him out myself, but there was just too many of them.
Asher's eye just kind of twitches at that. Can I like roll insight? I'm pretty sure this dude's full of shit.
Sure.
But to make it official.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. And wait, I'm rolling these at disadvantage, aren't I?
If you still have one exhaustion, you do.
Yeah. Yeah. Where the fuck is inside? There it is. Fucking nat
you
one.
know, as far as you can tell, he sure does talk a big game.
Okay, but I don't necessarily believe it.
That's up to you.
Right. Okay.
I mean, like I said, if you're inciting what his motives are, he sure does believe that he's tough shit.
Okay. He believes he's tough shit. All right. And yeah, Asher's just gonna go kind of sit down for a minute.
Absolutely. Alan is absolutely sitting like he's like using the wall as like a back brace as he sits in the corner of it, leaning back and just munching on these dried rations. He's just trying to regain some strength. Oh!
Kane will take a seat next to Asher. It's like, well, we found your quarry.
Yep. Well, we at least have a trail for him now, which is more than I started with.
So how long have you guys been out here anyway?
2 days?
No, it's been longer than 2 days. We've been in the mountains for 2 days. We've been like away from Beaton for like 4, 5 days. been like 4 or 5 days since we left Beaten.
Yeah, I think it's been about 4, to be honest. I think you're on your. I think you're on your 4th day.
Yeah, I think we're on our 4th. It took us 2 days to get to the mountains, and then like we've spent 1 day. Yeah, this would be our second day in the mountains. So yeah, 4 days total.
Let's see. We spent the night in the Owlbear Cave, and
where we all almost died.
And we spent the night after we crossed the river, after the whole incident with the Sturgis.
Yep.
So this is day 3.
Oh, Sturgis. Hate those founded creatures. Disgusting, I tell you. A hunter's bane.
I thought we had a night between the owlbears and the Sturgis.
Is this an in-character conversation?
I'm talking out of character right now.
Well, yeah, I'm talking out of character as well.
It's all good. I don't really think about it. I think you're on day 4. It's all good.
All right. Day 4 is fine.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, yeah, Sturgis suck.
You're lucky to all still be here in one piece. Many wouldn't have made it.
Not all of us.
Not all of us are. We lost a friend. Well, a friend is a strong word. Traveling companion?
Oh, my condolences.
Well, he stuck his hand in a cave, and that's where the Sturgis got him.
Lesson learned. Don't stick your hand in a dark cave.
So, as all this conversation is going on, what's Reen doing at the moment?
Reen is just chilling back, getting ready to go to the next fight.
And Thalia?
I spent my second wind and my lay on hands to get me back up to full, but other than that, I'm just gonna follow the group.
Anything about the conversation?
Not really.
Gotcha. And
yeah, mine and Payne's conversation wasn't necessarily private whenever we were talking. Like, the group could have overheard us.
And Iridian. Where's Iridian's head at?
If you're talking, we do not hear you.
Incoming disconnect. Incoming reconnect.
Yeah, we're just starting to pick it. We're just starting to pick up on how it's going to go with Iridian.
No, that's just where I'm at right now. Anyway, Iridian's mind is too busy being on that dragon.
What about it?
He wants to go dragon hunting. Or talking. One of the two. He wants to see the dragon.
Out of character, the big bad level 3 wants to see a dragon.
Yes.
We'll see how that goes.
Interesting how you refer to Iridian as the big bad level 3.
Oh my god. Tinfoil hats.
Now that he's level 3, he's not as squishy as a wizard can be. So I mean,
fair enough.
Yeah, we're not
I could get through a flick.
All right, team. So I'm going to say it takes about an hour, introductions, meeting Alan, getting to know him, and just having conversation. He inherently, once again, speaks about the creature that you call a dragon, and he seems like he has some sort of, based on what he's noticed while encamped, or at least enslaved, I should say, the orcs fear it, but the lizards don't seem to.
So do we get the benefits of a short rest?
Absolutely.
Kane's
awesome. Rolling a hit dice.
Kane's rolling 2 hit dice.
Well, that got me almost back up to full with one. Ouch.
Okay, 20, yes.
20,
Yeah.
no.
Okay, I meant to use just the one. Sorry, I'm trying to do my phone here. That's 7.
Okay. All right, team.
What time of day is it?
Midday, noonish. You guys did long rest earlier, and you slept into the morning. Then the avalanche happened.
Time for you to get
And you guys been hiking for about 2 to 3 hours to get to this location. So let's just call it noon.
Okay.
Good joke, Thalia.
I know.
So what's the game plan, team?
Well,
We're gonna level up and then we're gonna take on this dragon.
well, we're a few levels away from taking on that
Wait.
dragon.
Question. Out of character thing.
Yeah.
Whenever we use hit dice, we gain them back after a short rest. And is it half our level rounded up or half our level rounded down?
Hit dice do not refresh on a short rest.
Correct.
After a long rest. Sorry, I meant after a
Yes.
long rest. Our hit dice regenerate, and it's half our level. Is it rounded up or down?
I always default round down for everything that I do. So just keep it simple. Round down everything.
I just clicked the hit dice thing and
No, he's talking like if you're level 5 and you take a long rest and you have all your hit dice expended, do I gain 3 back or do I gain 2 back?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. I say rounded down because most of the time rounded down is going to help you, not hurt you.
Yeah.
All right, guys.
Yeah,
what is the plan, guys? What are we doing here? So we have the avalanched orc encampment to the southeast-ish. And you know what? Let me put the map on here. Maybe that'll help as far as directions, even though it's no one here is playing Mr. Cartographer. But hold on.
What would it be to start trying to draw a map? Like a survival check?
No, I'd say pencil and pen and some intelligence.
Proficiency in a cartographer's set.
Well, that works
Well,
too.
your fee.
Yeah, I'm saying just like a rough map.
Ah.
Asher wants to go towards the. I want to go towards the orc encampment. An orc I'm hunting for was last seen down there, and I want to go see if I can find it.
So I'm going to draw on the map, and once again, I'm going to be very vague because no one's taking official notes, but you do have a native hunter who might know his way around. So ideally, let's just say the avalanche happened in this general area. And let's say your split is this way of sorts. That's kind of what we're looking at, and that's not a but, I promise.
I mean, it can be.
Notice that until you said it.
It's a light bulb.
Speaking of which,
I mean, butt stuff is the good stuff.
It's a light bulb. I see the light bulb, by the way. That's cool.
I see the light bulb. Alan, you don't happen to have a map, do you?
He, while sitting down, looks up at you and kind of puts both palms up in the air like, really, kid? Like, look at me.
It was worth a shot. It was worth a shot. You know, you were a smartass earlier.
Yeah,
He's got a big
ask a stupid
backpack.
question. Yeah.
He just takes that last bite of that freeze-dried jerky ration. And
I gave you a ration.
I'm very grateful.
It's fucking General Grievous over here.
You could tell he smokes a little bit too much pipe weed.
Well, I just thought of something, and I probably shouldn't say anything, but sneaking with Sir Hacks-a-Lot over here is going to be
Well, you guys never were going to be able to sneak very well with me either, so...
And let's not forget, range we're in heavy armor.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
right.
Thalia will pretty much always just start walking in rather than try to stealth because it's not going to work.
So don't waste pass without a trace. Don't waste getting that spell then. Got it.
Yeah.
Actually, pass without a trace will help us a lot because that gives.
Yeah, not if Thalia's just gonna Schwarzenegger the door in.
I'm just saying, if we ever actually do need the sneak, giving us +10 to our stealth checks would be great.
I know. I'm fucking with you guys. So, yeah.
I was thinking of putting some bells on the bottom of my chainmail. You know,
Okay, now you're just saying, nah, we're going Schwarzenegger into everything.
Right.
Oh Jesus!
But no, back to the thing. Yeah, Asher is wanting to go towards the orc encampment.
Well, we are here to investigate what's going on in the mountains. and what's driving the lizard folk and everything out, and that seems to be the orcs and the greenskins and all that. So yeah, I'd say we were going towards the orc encampment anyway. Might as well keep going, find out, head there, and
Now, there is a
see what
fork in the
damage we
road.
caused.
I just want to make, as far as giving you context of your location, right? So you have the long stretch where you just came down, and then you have the fork to the left and the fork to the right. The fork to the right looks like towards the direction of the quote-unquote orc encampment. The hook to the left takes you deeper into the mountain.
And wasn't the one to the right the one that Alan
Alan
pointed
pointed to this one. Yeah, he did point this way. But that's only because, that's just the orc encampment that he claims to have been towards. At least in that direction, I should say. Because technically you guys came in through this way, and so did the orc that dragged him. So whether or not that this direction takes you to the orc encampment, I mean, it seems to be going in that direction. Doesn't mean it's a direct shot. He doesn't know.
Well,
So far, it's the only lead Asher's got on the orc he wants to kill, so he's kind of dead set on it.
it seems to it's a direction. It seems to be the best idea that we have at the moment, unless we just want to try and hawtail it back to Beaton.
I don't think we can go back.
Not yet. We need to find out more before we go back to Beaton, so we have more information to give.
Well,
I mean, we already do. We do have a lot,
question.
but we at least need confirmation about the condition of the orc encampment.
Mm-hmm. Miss X, what were you going to say?
I just had a side question here, out of character and all that. But how much longer are we playing for? I'm asking just because I have to wake up at 4.
Officially, 30 more minutes.
Okay, that's all I was checking. All right. Yep. Mithrax would kind of go with whatever the group's going. As far as where
Thalia, yeah, Thalia doesn't have any thoughts on this.
What does Reen say? Or Iridian?
Let's go that way.
All right, Cal or Iridian? I think Iridian wants to go towards Dragon. So we have 2
Iridian
votes.
would like to continue towards finishing off the camp and maybe looking at the dragon stuff.
Okay, that's a vast majority as you guys hook to the right and begin to make your way through this canyon. At this point, the canyon gets extremely narrow. The narrowing gets to the point where it's almost to the shoulder. As you squeeze through, Alan, who's kind of portly, shifts his weight to the side, and you hear him whispering to himself, "Think thin, think thin."
And Asher's going to be like, is he leading us through?
No, he's in the back.
No. Okay. Yeah, I guess Asher will be kind of taking point.
Okay.
There.
Perfectly fine. So once again, you're sliding through this tight crevice. Your bags and weaponry drags across the wall a little bit to get through the tight spots. You could feel the wind kind of cut through this little crevice, this crack that you're walking through, and it's literally just like that. Like it looks like someone took the 2 nipples of the mountain and pulled it out, like split it like a wishbone. As this crack that's what you're kind of walking through right now.
Nipples and witchbones.
Yeah, I love my analogies too. And this takes about 30 minutes to kind of get past this little crack, and it opens up again. The ground becomes extremely more covered in much thicker snow. It seems like we have kind of crossed into the path of the actual avalanche, as the snow is so filled up enough that it created its own temporary hill that you'd have to traverse up to get out of this crack, as it's kind of blocked by a big, huge wall of freshly moved snow.
We're standing at like the base of it.
Yep, so I will illustrate if I have to here. Give me one sec. So that represents the floor. Let's say you guys are here, and you come up across a wall of snow.
Looks like we better get climbing.
Yeah.
Mithras is going to just kind of go to start trying to climb it, see how far he sinks.
Absolutely. How much do you weigh, Myth?
That's a good question. I don't know offhand.
Lie to me.
Say 300 even.
300 even. As you take a step, the first one seems solid enough. Second one, third one, you're up to your ass in snow.
I don't think it's solid. As Mithrax kind of yells back as he sinks down to his waist.
Look, a kobold.
Oi, who said that?
Oh, Myth, you're in.
Yes. I moved my character into the thing.
I thought I was somebody else fucking around.
I'm gonna try and move up the snow.
Absolutely.
As well.
How much do you weigh?
My character weighs like 200 pounds, and then I've got. Do you want my gear on there as well?
No, just lie to me. Just give me an approximation. Nothing crazy.
With my gear and my own body weight, like 275 pounds.
Okay. You take a few steps and you get further than Myth did. Roll me an acrobatics as you try to lighten yourself.
At disadvantage.
Absolutely.
Fuck me.
You and you're up. Literally, you're up to your chin in snow.
Son of a bitch. Can I start trying to dig myself out?
You do so. You uncover like a branch of a tree that must have got ripped off at some point during this whole thing. You use it as a little bit of a brace, and you put your foot on. You kick yourself up and out.
I guess while I'm doing this, whatever everybody else is doing.
Yeah, he's just
Go
kind of
for my
sitting
way
back
out of a hole.
watching it, and he's like,
So a
one of
little bit more context, right? So you're still in that crack. So there are walls on either side of you. So if that's the side view, this would be the front view. I'll go on this side of the map. Or this will be the bird's eye view. You know, it's basically like that. And these walls, represented by the little X's, those are sheer cliff walls. Natural rock, shale, granite, limestones, you know, that kind of shit, and then they scale up, and you know what? Let's see, how high are they? Because this is towards the end of it. Oop, I just dropped my D20. They are, let's call it 30 feet.
Kane will try and climb the cliff walls.
On the, so, let's say on the mountainside or the riverside. Do you understand what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Okay, so because you're in the crack, you're already past the river. So I just want to see you going this way, that wall, or this wall.
Let's try the riverside.
Riverside wall it is. Okay. Roll me in acrobatics or athletics. Actually, let's make it athletics. No, you can use acrobatics too. Whatever one's better.
21.
With a 21, you dig your fingers in small cracks and crevices. At one point, you slip a little bit, but regain your footing, because of the ice that kind of accumulated against these walls. But you're able to kind of like kick your foot into the rock. You jab your heel, making loose some stone, making a solid footing. You get 30 feet up, and you pull yourself on top. On top, you see an ocean of white. Nothing protruding, no rocks. It's all rounded off, no jagged peaks. And it goes on for quite a while.
And that was on the riverside?
No, he went north.
No,
I'm sorry, Riverside. Riverside, I'm sorry. You're right. Yeah, Riverside.
There's nothing but snow as far as that I can see.
Isn't that the... I guess would Kane know that he's facing towards the river? Like the way the avalanche cut across?
I mean, the avalanche didn't cover the entire mountain range. It's just this section. So in the distance, you would see the river.
Okay. Anybody else want to do anything?
Y'all want to come up this way? I can toss a rope down to y'all.
Myth is just going to try to dig himself out a little for what he can.
Absolutely. It doesn't take much. You're only up to your ass in snow, so.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say fuck it and try and climb up the other side of the mountain, the opposite side of what Kane went, from like the direction the avalanche came from. If I'm understanding this right.
Well, I will say that the orc encampment would be on the riverside wall. I'm assuming your character would go on that side. I'm not forcing you to. You can do whatever you want.
Oh, okay. I thought the orc encampment was going to be on the other side. Okay. I understand what you're saying now. Then, yeah, I'll start making my way over towards Kane. I thought the orc encampment was on the other side.
Kane will put a peaton into the ground, secure his rope to it, and just toss it down so they can climb up it.
100%. I'm not going to even make you do a roll for that. You take your time, you climb up a secure rope. Reen, Iridian, Thalia, you going up as well, I'm assuming?
Reen's going up the rope.
Yep. Heading
I'm
up.
going.
All right. You guys make it up the rope. Go ahead.
I was going to say, can I make a perception check whenever I'm up on the rope to see if I see anything, like remnants of a camp or anything?
Sure.
All right. And I have it set to roll disadvantage. 14.
You look in the distance towards where the orc encampment would be. The way the avalanche has dispersed itself as it came down the mountainside, it's almost like looking down a rolling white hill, right? But a very large rolling white hill. And based on your angle and how far away you are, which is not too far, but from where you are, you don't see any inherent signs of a camp, as it's probably buried under snow.
From that perception check, and maybe I should have asked this before, but I just thought of it. Would I be able to tell from, like, would I be able to see kind of where we crossed the river at? Or is that?
Yeah, I mean, you could look back and be like, yeah, we probably crossed right around there.
Yeah, and from there, could I kind of orientate myself to see if I could see, kind of figure out roughly where we might be at from like this pillars of smoke and stuff we saw before we got to the river? Just to give myself kind of a rough idea.
It's the X with the circle on it. You're in around that. If we're using this mountain range picture as a point of reference, the X with the circle is kind of where you guys would be in that situation as you triangulate.
Yeah. I'm just trying to, like I said, to get like a rough idea.
Yep.
All right.
How far are we from Beaton?
Kane's
asking that in character.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
You say you're asking that in character or out of character?
Yes, that Kane is asking that in character.
Took us about 3 days to get here. We're on our third day now, so we're about 2 or 3 days from Beaton. But that was with fighting orcs and owlbears, so maybe soon. We could probably get there sooner. Maybe.
If you just lost your encampment, where would you head?
They do know Beaton's an easy target. We should probably
To the
head there.
Are you suggesting that they're heading back to Beaton?
It would be a good gathering place for them.
And it'd be a place to get supplies because they'd know it's already weakened from being attacked before. And they know they've taken out a lot of their hunters, which are most of their fighters.
Plus, they already ambushed it once. We know they know where it is. Guys, I think we need to haul ass back to Beaton.
Plus, if anything, we could give them an update on what's going on, and we're going to need warmer clothing for going further up the mountain, plus more supplies.
Maybe we could drop off this guy.
Yeah, and we could get Alan back home.
Oh, I wouldn't argue with that.
Yeah, we could relay information that we have, warn them of a possible attack because we're going to travel faster than the orcs are, and we can resupply on stuff because we're going to need. I don't know about y'all, but I'm getting low on food, arrows, and it's starting to get cold.
Can't go back empty-handed. We made it this far. We got to go
We're
to
not-
the camp.
We're not empty-handed.
Wait, all right, who was talking? Because it sounded like Iridian, but for some reason Thalia was lighting up.
That was Reen.
Yeah.
Irene, okay, yeah, because it was Reen was talking, but Thalia was lighting up.
We're not
Throwing
going
me
back
off. We're both
empty-handed.
So I'm sorry. I felt like Reen was cut off there. What'd you say, Reen?
So we can't go back empty-handed. The camp's just right over there.
We're not going back empty-handed. We have a surviving hunter. Plus, if they're they're probably still in a state of disarray, this is our chance to beat them to beaten if they intend on heading back there.
Besides, we can't get paid if Beaton gets wiped off the map.
That too.
Can Iridian scout with the bird to try and see if he can pick up any of them if they are heading back to Beaton or not?
I mean, yeah, you could absolutely send the bird in the air. 100%.
Yeah, I can take a look and see if they're heading in that direction. But
Sure.
just even if they're heading in that direction, we're not going to know 100%.
As the familiar saves the day once again.
I hate familiars.
We can tell it in your voice.
That's all right. Act of God. You forget how to cast the fucking spell.
Act of God. Your owl suddenly gets ate by a giant bird of prey that
By an
dies from the
ancient
sky.
white dragon.
That's right.
To be fair,
He'll just summon another
that's
one.
a distinct possibility.
Yeah.
All right, so you send Birdie in the air. Give me perceptions for. Oh, you did 16. Good. All right, and you're just doing a circular kind of a pattern, I'm guessing.
A circular to find out what direction it looks like any footsteps are going.
Absolutely. You see footsteps. Well, the bird would come back to you. Owl will come back to you, and basically in owl speak telepathically everywhere. There's footsteps going north, there's footsteps going south, there's footsteps going east. There's a good concentration of northwest. Oh, I'm sorry. I have my compass backwards. Give me 1 second here. Because technically it would be like this. So let me reiterate. There's footsteps going south. There's footsteps going west. There's a decent amount going west. There's a majority going northeast. You have some footsteps going north. North is where the cracked little walkway is towards that battle area, which is probably the guys you just took out.
West is back towards Beaton, right?
West would be Beaton bound, correct.
So
And how
you
many
said
did you
there's a-
see? And how
Yeah, how
many did we see going towards Beaton?
He didn't count. I don't think the owl was going to be able to count specific footsteps, but I could say in the order of mass. Oh shit! I don't want that. In the order of mass, the 1 would represent the most. 2 would represent the second most. 3 would represent 4, and it gets thinner and thinner as those numbers would represent. Does that make sense?
So there's a large portion of them going towards Beaton. I think we
Not
need
the
to head
most.
back.
Yeah,
Not the most, but still enough to be a problem.
yeah.
Hey, I think we should head back.
Head back through their camp.
Myth, you've never been to Beaton before. You're from the eastern side of the mountains.
Yeah. Yeah, no. It's Myth just going like, yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
This
Myth
Beaton
is
sounds
like-
like a wonderful place.
Yeah, it's that whole classic kind of like, yeah, let's do it. Not really sure what doing it is. No, Myth kind of goes, if they're going to Beaton where you guys are from, sounds like we should go there.
Alan looks at everyone, and as he's hacking and coughing, I'm sorry, I can't do the voice anymore because my throat hurts. But as he's coughing and hacking, explains that he might be able to take you guys through the thick wood and not the path. It might save you a day, but it can potentially be more treacherous.
What do y'all think?
It's quicker, all the better.
Might be more dangerous though. Are y'all? Everybody okay
Well,
with that?
We keep our wits about us and our blades sharp. We should be fine.
Rest up before we go through the woods. 'Cause it's pretty late now, right?
You were walking
Like late in the day.
1 second, I'll tell you right now. I would say it's just pre-supper time. Let's call it 3 to 5 p.m. ish.
Okay.
Let's make it as far as we can before nightfall, and we'll have to set up camp.
Yeah. And then we can talk about taking the shortcut.
Absolutely. Asher,
Yes, sir.
perception check with advantage because you have a hunter with you.
Okay. So would it just be a straight roll then, since I have disadvantage already?
Absolutely.
All right. Cool. Don't suck. 18.
From the other side of the crack,
Mm-hmm. I just lost everybody. What?
no, I didn't say anything yet. From the
Okay.
other side of the crack, about 200 to 300 feet on the other side, on the top of where the avalanche was coming from, you see that creature.
What creature? Ah, that fucking goat. I look over at it and I tap Kane.
Son
see
of
that
a
goat.
bitch.
How far away did you say it was?
Over 300 feet from you.
I've got 600 feet range on my longbow. I know it's
Do it.
disadvantaged, but I'm going to
Do
take a
it.
shot at it anyways.
Okay, go ahead.
I really hope I miss.
I really hope you get it.
I don't, because I'm going to feel terrible. I got a 12.
The arrow thunks just next to the creature and spooks it as it hauls ass out into the distance. It kind of
Worth
goes... It goes behind... Okay, so imagine you're on one side of a hill, and you're trying to look to the other side. So the goat, let's say the goat was at the top of the hill, and it's running away as it breaks your line of sight and goes down the other side. After about 30 seconds, you hear what sounds like a bleeding goat. Not bleeding, a bleating goat. A bleeding goat?
Bleating goat. Yeah.
Yes, thank you. And it seems to have... it seems to be screeching as if something grabbed it.
Our giant friend is over there too. We should move.
Yeah.
I assume
we're on.
everybody else heard the blood curdling bleat
Yes,
of a goat.
it echoes through this canyon pretty easily.
Yeah, I was like, there's probably a giant over there. We should go.
Yeah.
Like, post haste, good friends.
Yeah.
A giant.
Yeah, yeah. We told you about the giant we saw in the fucking airship. That
Oh yeah. I
somehow
remember
that's
that.
unbelievable. But yeah. So
The balloon that doesn't exist? Yeah, we remember that.
fuck you,
What-
Thalia.
This balloon you speak of.
I hate you both so much. This is out of character and also in character too. Like, Asher can't tell if y'all are just fucking with him that you don't believe him, or if you actually don't believe him.
Thalia actually does not believe him.
Okay.
I think Mithrax just fucking with you.
Yeah, I think Mithrax is just fucking with me because he's a fucking artificer that's tinkering with shit.
I mean, my background is a character. The background is a Outlander.
So we have a simultaneous. Damn.
So what's the plan, guys?
Go through the camp and then follow the trail. Or
Alright.
looting everything
Let's
along
camp
the
in
way.
the crack. Let's camp in
like-
the crack, not out in the open, though.
Yeah, the crack would be
Camp in the crag.
defensible.
Should we go scout this stuff out, though? I can see in the dark very well.
I mean,
I feel like moving across this snow, two of us already tried to climb across it already and sank. Some of us deeper than others. And moving across it may not be the best idea. We might need to.
We would need some
That's-
kind of sled or something.
I've got fire.
We could use the snake again.
Yeah.
I say we set that we
Ride the
go as far as
snake
we
I
out?
can.
don't want to use the snake.
Well,
I
you
say
don't
we set
have
up
to,
camp
Thalia.
I
Yeah.
say we set up camp once we get as far as we can for the day in the crag, and then in the morning we head for the pass that the dwarfs talked about.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
I like
And I'll
that
ask
plan.
Alan, can we get to the pass you're talking about to save time if we go back the way we came through the mountains?
Alan strokes his. Actually, let me put Alan's picture on here since it seems to be irrelevant at the moment. Alan strokes his beard, hacking and coughing a little bit. Brings out a handkerchief that was tucked in his pants. He looks around to kind of see. Well, I mean, getting across the river, that's going to be the tricky part, but
We can get
yeah,
across the
I'm
river.
pretty sure. And he points to a specific location across the river and take it that way, make a fucking slanty left, go up the hill, and that should take us to where we needed to go.
Okay. And I'll just tell him.
Does
we have a way to
Alan
get
know
across
a
the
safer
river.
way to cross the river? Yeah.
I wish I did. Us hunters don't come on the mountains this far. We inherently know it's dangerous here. In fact, we were told not to be this close to the mountain. I was picked up on the other side of the valley.
Who told you not to be on the other side? On this side of the mountain.
Us hunters talk, Trickster and chain, over a brew, long day of hunting. It's just kind
I
of
think-
common knowledge.
We have a fun way to get across the river, Alan. It'll be okay.
We should look for a way upriver, possibly, to
Dahlia,
cross
we
it.
have a
That's
good way to cross the river already. You just don't like it.
It's only... It's not that I don't like it, I just think that we need a more consistent way to get across the river.
It's pretty consistent. Asher just likes having the snake.
Okay, we'll figure out how to cross the river when we get there.
Oh yeah, Mithrax doesn't know about the snake either. That's out of character.
So Alan grabs his lower back with both of his hands and he kind of stretches back. You hear a pop, pop, pop as he cracks his back. Oh, if we're gonna get arrested, may as well get arrested. And he starts beginning to climb down the rope back into the crack.
Yeah.
Let's head off.
I follow into the crack.
Alan kind of tucks into a corner of a rock, and he's just shivering as he kind of uses a stone as a pillow, and he's rubbing his arms and hands as he's clearly chilly.
So are we making camp here, or are we trying to move on further?
I think we're making camp here.
Okay. And there's no there's wooden stuff around where we're at, right? To make
No.
a fire.
Not at all.
Or if we went, if we
well,
go back to where we fought the orcs and stuff, since there are all the fallen trees and stuff there.
That was like an hour travel back where you came from.
Did you say we've Asher found a fallen tree within the section of?
Oh, yeah, underneath the snow. I mean,
Yeah.
you'd have to dig
Yeah.
it out, but yeah, I guess that's doable.
Yeah, let's do that.
I mean, it's
sure.
only a little bit. It's only dinner
Well, if-
time. I mean, we could
Yeah,
walk
and
for
if-
another hour, get back to
Yeah,
the
we could
area
walk
where
for
there's
another hour
a little warmer
and
and better firewood.
yeah, let's walk for another hour, get back to where we fought the orcs at, get some firewood there, and make it a camp, and we can
Absolutely.
at least defend it a little bit better.
Yeah.
Alan
I like
stands
that,
back
yeah.
up and says, "Oh, I wasn't cold. I wasn't cold at all." And he continues to walk. All right, you make your way back because there's nothing gonna inherently happen in this little crag. Actually, hold on. Okay. While you're tucked away in this crag, and now mind you, the ripped open mountainside, the metaphor I used before, the wishbone. So as you're walking back through, this crag goes up like 150 feet above your head. So you're literally walking through the mountain of sorts. And you... Oop. Did we just lose somebody? No, we just gained somebody. As you walk through, Reen. Reen, you feel snow hitting your head in clumps. And you all of you guys, while Reen's getting hit in the head with snow clumps, you all hear... I don't know if
look up.
I don't know if
Brian-
you heard that.
Who is
Brian,
it?
look around.
Banging.
You hear what sounds
Who
like
looks
heavy footsteps. You look up, and you see, out of the glimpse of your eye, you see a frost giant step over the crag and continue walking.
How big was he?
What is it?
Holy shit.
Yeah, how big is a frost giant?
I can give you specifics if
Fucking
you'd
big.
like. Hold on.
A frost giant is generally referred to be pretty gigantic.
I know they're huge, but
I will tell you.
Some would say a frost giant is like a giant in size.
you don't say.
So
At least
they
6
are
feet tall.
official. Oh my god! Yeah, at least. They're
He's got
considered.
dangly
smart
bits
ass.
almost as big as mine.
They're considered huge. They occupy a 15-foot cube, so you have to at least reasonably say they're at least 25.
Right.
They're at least 25 to 30 feet tall.
Okay. Yeah,
A
that's all I was trying to
15-foot
figure out. Like, how
cube.
tall are they?
So it literally just like steps over the crack. In fact, you see, as you're looking down, you see something kind of, like a plinko on the way down and lands directly in front of you, Reen. It seems like a portion of a goat leg.
Yeah, it'll look like dinner. I'm gonna grab his like dinner, boys.
It's pretty tight.
Back on the menu.
It's pretty tight, and you can't bend your knees here, so you have to kind of do a split and spread your legs apart to get down close enough to the floor to pick up this hunk of meat. You see, like, the teeth marks where it was bit off, kind of chomped down, so it's not in good condition at all, but it's goat meat, I guess.
Shit! Sorry, guys. My dog just tried to rip my computer off the desk.
Gotcha. So you grab a piece of bloody hunked meat.
What color is the fur of this particular goat?
This last piece of the goat, it's white. It looks to
White.
be the underneath side of the goat.
Okay. Just wonder if that fur looked familiar.
I mean, the hunters both absolutely identify it as one of those fancy goats. Yes, but yeah, it's
Fucking goat.
yeah,
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that.
absolutely. So you go ahead and make your camp back where you had that orc fight, guys, and I think that's a decent place to curtain call here, a minute and a half early.
Agreed.
So yeah, I think we're solid there, guys.
Okay.
All right.
Loot the camp.
Loot the goat leg.
We got a goat leg.
Keep the goat leg.
So for those who didn't hear my announcement earlier, actually let me go over announcements first. Once more time before I get out of here, because I myself have to get to bed as well. So please, bios, copy paste into your fucking character sheet if you haven't done so already. Please, 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 please. For those who continue to select the not friends and family option in PayPal, please click on the friends and family George option in PayPal, because it takes away taxes and shit, and we don't want to do that.
Okay, I'm trying to figure out how to do that.
That's great. I can't help you because I don't pay through PayPal. I use Venmo myself personally, so someone else is gonna have to walk you through that.
I can help you with it later because I use PayPal as well. It's super simple if you're trying to pay on mobile.
So that's that. Number 2, remember not next Wednesday, but the Wednesday after that, I'm hoping to start up my 4th and last table for a while. Because I don't know if I could do 5 tables a week, especially on a full-time job. So 4 tables should be good. So once again, if you have interest in a spot on that table, you're more than welcome to PM me that you're interested. I'd rather give those spots up to someone I already know and play with and know how I work versus a complete stranger. So that's options there for you guys if you wish. No pressure. Remember, the stream is live and we do all that stuff too. You're more than welcome to review the previous storylines on my YouTube channel, which I've linked. I'll make a Discord channel for it as well.
Speaking of Frog, you probably want to make your favorites on that channel not public.
I don't know how to fucking take it off. I've tried so much, it won't let me take it off. So
All right,
I just might delete them all and just say fuck it.
That's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
That's one way to do it.
So,
Yeah.
did we level up?
You know what? Let's find out, guys. I could absolutely do that. Probably not, but we can see. I know you guys are close to leveling up. Thursday, XP tracker. As of 9/2, you are at 1800 flat. Let's do today. Just a moment here. Can someone do a calculator for me real quick here and save me some time?
Yep.
I got you.
So we were 1800 flat plus what?
I'll keep these numbers separated from the 1800. So write down 100 times 6.
100
Gotcha.
times 6.
And write down 50 times 5.
Yep.
And where are you? 200 times 2. Add all that together. What do we get?
I got 3050.
Divide that by, let's just go 5.5.
Wait, did you add that to the 1800?
No,
Yeah.
no, don't add that to 1800. Just by itself.
Oh, just by itself. One sec.
I got 1250.
Yeah, I got 1250.
Yeah, that's what I got too.
Divide that by 5.5.
It's almost
227.27.
200. So add that number to 1800 for me, please.
Puts us at 2027.
0.27.
Don't worry about the round that shit down. But then let's put some RP experience, and I'll do that to another 200 experience on top of that. 1 second. Okay, so level 4 is at 2700. You are like less than 500 experience away from it.
Nice.
Dang it.
So next session we'll level up.
It depends on how you RP, and like I said, I like to award extra points here and there depending on, like, if you decide to, for example, you guys taking a long rest, or at least you're attempting to, right? So you could use campfire chat and really elaborate the downtime during this part here. You know, like, oh, I go out and do this, and we have this conversation, blah blah blah. Like, I'm willing to award some bonus XP through the Discord options as well, depending on what you guys do. It depends on what it is, and it has to really amuse me. Not laughing wise, but it has to be more than, hey, I helped get firewood. Do I get experience? Yeah, and that's not going to work.
I get you.
All right.
All right, guys.
Well,
I don't think I have any more real announcements that I'm aware of. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, feel free to poke me, man. Outside of that, I hope you guys had a blast.
You too. Talk to you later, man.
All right.
right.
So long.
Later, guys. I'm gonna take a shower.